or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Eager to remodel your kitchen, bath, or rec room? This is Rob Adair, and we're ready with a personal redesign for you. Adair Floors and Remodeling in Franklin. Give us a call and get personal care from Adair. 761-3660. AdairFloors.com.
Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. Visit USPS.com/holidayride.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
This team runs like a well-oiled machine. Oh, no, not the Pistons. These guys.
Passes to Giannis. Giannis goes bowling inside, scoops to the hoop and lays it in.
Our Bucks Pistons coverage starts tonight at 6 with Bucks Shoot Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, November 13th, our top story. No concession yet from a Wisconsin Senate candidate.
I'm Erik. Bilstad. President-elect Trump keeps his transition team.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and on westbound 794, right about at Lincoln Memorial Drive, we've got the shoulders blocked with a crash. So watch out for that. A couple of squads on the scene, so a little bit of a distraction there. Otherwise, everything else seems to be rolling along fine. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast going to get a little nasty this evening, turning mostly cloudy, breezy with evening rain and a high of 53. Rain likely overnight with a mild low of 48. Right now at 46 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, not conceding yet. Wisconsin U.S. Senate challenger Erik says he is taking his time deciding what to do in the aftermath of last week's election.
Once the final information is available and all options are reviewed, I will announce my decision on how I will proceed. This is a difficult decision because I want to honor your support and at the same time bring closure to this election for our state.
The incumbent, Senator Tammy Baldwin, was projected the winner on November 6th after Milwaukee's absentee ballots were added to the final count. Wisconsin's official vote certification set for December 1st.
The Milwaukee Election Commission is responding.
A statement released Tuesday reads, quote, "The Milwaukee Election Commission unequivocally refutes Erik Hovde's baseless claims regarding the integrity of our election process," unquote. It goes on to say that counting and reporting absentee ballots in the late hours of election night is both expected and routine in the state. Wisconsin is one of only 2 states that do not permit absentee ballots to be processed ahead of Election Day. The Milwaukee Election Commission also points to Wisconsin's high voter turnout and the rigorous verification standards as reasons for the time it takes to report ballots. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
At a rapid pace, staff selections from President-elect Trump, who's already tapped more than a dozen appointees to hold key positions in his upcoming administration. ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Trump also says Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will lead a Department of Government Efficiency. Congress has not created such an office, so it's unclear how it would be funded. Elon Musk posting all actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency. Anytime the public thinks we are cutting something important, just let us know.
Meanwhile, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem tapped for Homeland Security Secretary. She is expected to oversee the Trump campaign's promise of mass deportations alongside President-elect Trump's border czar, Tom Homan.
A woman accused of abandoning her 12-year-old son on the side of the interstate in Waukesha County now faces multiple charges.
Flor Escalante is alleged to have been arguing with her child over grades and school progress before then making the boy get out of her car on the side of the freeway at Brookfield Road Thursday evening and then driving away. Deputies say they found the child crying on the shoulder of the road that evening. Escalante is charged with child abandonment as well as child neglect. She's currently out on a 5 $500 signature bond. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
60-year-old is dead after a crash involving a stolen vehicle. Milwaukee police began pursuing that vehicle that they believe was taken in an armed robbery Tuesday evening, 17th and Galena. Chase ended near 20th when the stolen vehicle collided with another. The 60-year-old driver, that second vehicle, died on scene. Passenger hospitalized with serious injuries. Police arrested the 18-year-old driver and 14-year-old passenger of the stolen vehicle. They suffered minor injuries.
Millions of dollars approved for projects at American Family Field.
At just over $49 million, the proposed 2025 budget for the Wisconsin Pro Baseball Park District includes operations costs to replace seats and maintain the stadium's retractable roof. Executive Director Pat Goss says none of the proposed projects heading into next year will impact the Brewers' 2025 season.
I think, the fans can, as always, expect a first-class facility based on the partnership between the Brewers and the district.
The full board approved the proposal unanimously. In Milwaukee, I'm David Ozzie-Scott, WTMJ News.
Coming up, a discount airline on the brink of bankruptcy. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Where the heck is everybody?
Beg your pardon?
I'm at your store and...
Yes?
Nobody's here.
That's because Hasselus mattress showrooms are employee-free. Take your time and test our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Yeah, sure, you say that, but come on.
What?
Where the heck is everybody?
Hasselus really is employee-free.
Okay.
So we can sell mattresses for way less, like the Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove Bee Queen. Others sell it for $12.99, but Hasselus has it for $8.42. Plus, check out our super low pricing on Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, and more.
Yes, but...
And through Monday, get an extra $248 credit just for shopping local.
Well, that's great, but I just have one question.
What's that?
Where the heck is everybody?
Open 9 to 9. Find an honest-to-goodness, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com. Hasselus, employee-free since 2014.
The little one just took her first steps. Her stride? Wobbly.
Oh my gosh, she's doing
Her parents? Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, watch out.
But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score for Choice and Platinum Choice checking customers. So while you're monitoring and protecting her every move, you can do the same for your credit score, too. You've got this with free credit score from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Take your home from clean to immaculate. Save up to $100 on select models right now at West Bend Vacuum Center, including central vacuum systems, HEPA Vacs, and cordless vacs. Save even more when you trade in your old vacuum. Shop Sebo, Mila, Simplicity, and Riccar vacuums. Don't miss the big sale going on now at West Bend Vacuum Center. For an exclusive pricing on everything through Christmas, visit westbendvacuum.com or call 262-335-2222.
Relax on Thanksgiving Day with your family and enjoy the historic Fox & Hound's All-You-Care-to-Eat buffet. Tables are open at 10 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., but reserve today as tables fill quickly. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Bucks back in the win column on their blue court. We've got sports coming up at 6:15.
Investigators in Green Lake County now believe Ryan Borkwart of Watertown faked his own death and left the country after meeting a woman online. An update to a story we've been following. 45-year-old father of three was first reported missing after kayaking back in August. His car and trailer were parked on the bank of Green Lake. His kayak was found tipped over in the water.
A man from Black River Falls led the search effort on Green Lake, tells Wisconsin's Midday News when he realized something wasn't right.
Search and rescue expert Keith Cormican first thought they would find the missing kayaker in a day or two. But as the days went on, his gut said something wasn't right.
By maybe, day 10, 12, the suspicion started growing pretty heavily, questioning whether he's there or not.
Cormican and his team searched Green Lake for 23 days.
We covered this lake like I've never covered a lake before.
Towards the end of that time, he had an important conversation with investigators.
Told him in this conversation one night, I don't know what more I can do. I've searched this thoroughly and maybe we need to look elsewhere. And I guess that's what was a turning point.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
There's word that low-cost carrier Spirit Airlines is close to filing for bankruptcy. ABC's Andrew Dimber.
Already this year, the no-frills airline scaled back growth plans, furloughed workers, and planned to sell planes. Experts believe this will be the busiest holiday travel season on record. Domestic airfares are up 10% year over year for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and several airlines are reducing flights this year. The news hits an already beleaguered airline industry. An air traffic controller shortage is affecting airports, and yesterday the FAA banned airlines from flying to Haiti after 3 passenger jets were hit by gunfire.
Following a developing story at Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport.
We had a combo truck roll over. No extrication is needed, but we do have 2 patients.
Multiple agencies responding to Milwaukee Mitchell for a reported accident during a snow removal training session that was going early this morning. Not clear whether anyone is injured. We'll work to get more information from the airport for you this morning on WTMJ. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:09.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you own a company, you know how valuable your loyal employees are. Show your gratitude with a company holiday party at the amazing Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. The party rooms are free, and the world-class game room adds a ton of fun. Your holiday party doesn't have to be expensive. The Mine Shaft will create a party to fit your budget. And if you own a smaller company, the Mine Shaft is perfect for you. Book today for the best days and times. It's affordable. It's themineshaft.restaurant.com. Check it out. And Thanksgiving is almost here. Just think how long it takes to prep, cook, and clean for your Thanksgiving dinner. Don't cook. Relax with your family and enjoy the Thanksgiving Day buffet at the Mine Shaft. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft with everything you love for Thanksgiving. All you can eat, just $21.99. Kids and grandkids under 3 always eat for free. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and also off the interstate in Oshkosh. Tons of seating. Close parking. Reserve today. MineShaftRestaurant.com.
Hot deals on shrimp this week at Sendik's. Colossal, extra jumbo, and large cooked shrimp are just $7.50 per pound, sold in 2-pound bags. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is brought to you by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What do you see, Deb?
All right. Well, we still have this issue right around on 794 westbound at the ramp from Lincoln Memorial Drive. There was an accident there. It's got the 2 actually outer shoulders, basically, cars on either side of the road. You can get through on the main driving lanes, but just keep that in mind if you're going to be heading through that area. The rest of the system, I'm not seeing really any delays right now. Volume is just starting to wake up a little bit, but really not slowing anything else down. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly to mostly cloudy skies for today. Breezy with rain showers rolling in by this evening. High temperatures this afternoon will be in the low 50s. Tonight, rain likely on and off. Mild temperatures as we stay in the upper 40s. Thursday, look at some rain showers wrapping up early in the day, then mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-50s in the afternoon. Friday, partly cloudy skies, highs in the low to mid-50s. Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the mid-50s. And then for Sunday, tracking a weak system, bringing the small chance for a couple rain showers, mostly cloudy skies, and highs in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 46 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Well, today is the day, Vince. President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump will be face-to-face. No, this isn't another debate or anything like that. The president inviting...
Post-election debate.
Yeah. President is inviting Donald Trump to the White House.
He wants to show the American people that the system works.
That's Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre there, says the president intends to demonstrate an effective transition, perhaps a here's how you could have done it 4 years ago type of a moment there, because this
would have been nice if I got the invite 4 years ago, but that's fine.
So what is on the agenda?
It's unclear what the two men will talk about.
Oh, okay. Not sure exactly what they'll say. You're looking well. That's
Love what you've done with the place.
So we moved the coffee machine. It used to be here, but then, I don't know, the office manager moved it over there.
We thought it functions much better here, right?
So then we never moved it back.
You can change it if you when you come.
It's like showing the old co-worker who just got rehired the office.
Hey, you haven't been here for a while.
Yeah, they changed it up now. They repainted, so then they never hung the stuff over there.
What else are they going to talk about, to be honest with you?
CBS's William James Inman says they do have a plan.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan that the two men would talk about domestic and foreign policy issues.
Yes, Ukraine obviously will be on the agenda, as will Israel and some other things. So they will have some meaningful dialogue as well. The incoming First Lady, Melania Trump, will not be there. She's not going to meet with the current First Lady, Jill Biden, which I'm sure both of them are like, fine. We don't
Good, I got lunch plans.
We got other things to do. Don't need to do photo ops or anything like that. Meanwhile, some breaking news this morning from the New York Times. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith plans to step down now before Trump takes office. The Justice Department is now evaluating how to wind down Smith's election-related case. So he will resign and will not wait to be fired, if you will, after he takes office in January. Moving on to more local news, a GOP Senate candidate, Erik is claiming election irregularities and is now waiting to make a decision on a recount. Of course, he's upset with the absentee ballots that were counted in Milwaukee. He says he did lose to incumbent Tammy Baldwin by about 29,000 votes. In fact, sounds like he was supposed to concede yesterday and just decided, hey, no, I'm still looking into this, still questioning some things. So in Wisconsin, a candidate can demand a recount if the official tally shows the candidate losing by 1 percentage point or less. If they're behind by less than a quarter of a point, then the state will pay for it.
So he can ask for a recount, but he's got to pay for it.
Yes. As of now,
and that's not cheap. That's a million plus.
Millions of bucks. Millions. Yeah. So we'll see if we get to that point. Still got a little bit of time before they have to make a decision on that. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Election Commission says, no, this is baseless. Any suggestion that the integrity was questioned is not accurate. So Milwaukee Election Commission pushing back on Hubdy.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:15.
The race for the Eastern Conference requires speed.
Speed. I am speed.
But when you're out of gas, it can be tough to keep up with the herd.
Jackson lobbing to Giannis on the other side. Ajax to the freak.
It's the Bucks taking on the Pistons.
Launches one from way downtown. Damian Lillard.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage begins tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here to tell you about Built-Right's Black November mattress deals. Their one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. I was just in to visit, saw Randy, Gail, Marty, Sarah, the whole team. Built-Right beats any big box national or local chain store, department store, employee-free store, online retailer, or warehouse club because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Built-Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. More than 60 models, 500 mattresses in stock. You choose from the best mattress brands. They're made in the USA, Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built-Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses that can hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built-Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Built-Right always saves you money. Go in and make a deal. Shop Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, they're closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built-Right at 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
That's more like it.
Three-pointer on the way. Brooke Lopez couldn't hit. Portis for the rebound and the stick back. Count that, baby. The Bucks will take those points into the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir. And the Bucks take the win, beating the Raptors at Fiserv Forum 99-85.
Fresh off a resounding victory against Toronto, Bucks head coach Doc Rivers knows there's still plenty of work to be done. He can already visualize the ideal version of his squad.
What is the best version of this team from an on-court perspective?
Getting in transition on misses, being a better rebounding team, controlling the offensive glass, getting to the free throw line is a big thing. The one thing we have not done this year was gotten to the paint. When we drive the paint, not just Giannis. Giannis gets to the paint, but everyone else, we're a much better basketball team. Then the last thing is the team that defends the three.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter Carter, WTMJ Sports.
So the Bucks start the in-season tournament group play with a win. That's why the floor looked different last night. Now, Giannis,
I found it hard to follow on TV.
Yeah, struggled with that blue a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's just too dark. The contrast there doesn't work.
23 points, 4 blocks for Giannis. Lillard, by the way, didn't play. He sat out because of a concussion. He sounds like he might be back tonight against the Pistons. So here we go. Now it's time to feast. Let's go. Pistons in town tonight. Milwaukee and Detroit from Fiserv Forum. Right here on WTMJ Radio. Buck shoot around at 6 o'clock.
College basketball, UWM in action tonight on the road to face Longwood University. That's in Virginia. Lancers made the NCAA tournament last year as a 16 seed, so good test for your Panthers. You can hear the game on 101.7 The Truth, 5:30 pregame, 6 o'clock tip tonight. And 2 stories from the world of golf.
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
USGA, United States Golf Association, offering early ticket opportunities and a holiday offer to members for the U.S. Women's Open. That's coming to Erin Hills in Washington County, May 26th through June 1st of next year. Tickets start at just $25 per day. Purchases of $100 or more will include a holiday ornament. I checked it out. It's very nice.
Ooh.
Look lovely on your tree.
Very nice.
Features the 2025 U.S. Women's
Is it a golf ball
logo. It has the Erin Hills logo in it.
All right.
It's lovely.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Volunteer registration for the PGA Tour Champions Golf event in Madison this summer is now open. American Family Insurance Championship moves this year to Steve Stricker's home course, TPC Wisconsin.
Hey, I played your golf course, TPC Wisconsin, and how'd you do? Too damn hard, man.
It is a hard course. Here's how it works, though. With these golf events, volunteers actually pay for the opportunity to volunteer. That is pretty standard across the golf world. So there is a fee when you register, but you also get a ton of perks, included parking for the tournament, clothes, meals, guest tickets, etc. Looking for about 1,000 volunteers. They come from all over the country to do it. People from as many as 16 states have volunteered for this event in years past. Interested parties should check the tournament website. The event comes right on the heels of that Women's Open. This one runs June 2nd through the 8th.
Get dressed, you're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
Trivia is tonight. WTMJ's Trivia Showdown for Capco Kids to Kids, brought to you by Quizmaster Trivia, happening tonight at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa. We'll be there from 7 to 9 p.m. Get there a little bit early if you want to play. Would love to see you. Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, and I will be there.
Nice.
And we're not competing. We're going to help you.
Ooh, okay.
Or we don't have to.
Or you can say no thank you.
No, it's B. It's B. You play for a chance to win gift cards to Cafe Hollander. First place team also wins a 6-pack of their signature Bloody Mary glasses. We'd love if you could bring a toy or come ready to donate to your favorite show, Wisconsin's Morning News, in support of local kids in Wisconsin this holiday season. If you can't make it out, you can help Capco's Kids to Kids toy drive with a donation. Text CAPCO, K-A-P-C-O, to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Make sure you click on the Wisconsin's Morning News page, as we have a friendly competition going with the other shows. It's CAPCO, K-A-P-C-O, and we'll see you tonight at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa.
During your career, investments piled up. From 401ks to brokerage accounts, it turned into quite a collection. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe every portfolio tells a story. We've analyzed thousands. Some reflect diligence and fortitude. Others, a mishmash of overlapping investments. When Annex reviews a portfolio, we spot what works, what might not, and then provide unbiased suggestions. Every portfolio tells a story. Let's work on yours. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. That's our story. Head to AnnexWealth.com.
622, what's going on the roads, Deb?
Well, we got that accident on, 794 westbound, right about at Lincoln Memorial Drive. It's got cars on either shoulder, so just watch out for that. You can get through there. It's not blocked off, but just something to keep in mind. Rest of the system looking good. I'm not really seeing any delays right now up on the board, either in Milwaukee or Waukesha. Even Ozaki is looking pretty good right now. But if you do happen to see something we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Come to Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy, breezy tonight with some rain, high of 53 degrees. Rain likely overnight. Tonight's low down to 48, and some of those showers will linger into Thursday. at least in the morning, then turning mostly cloudy with a high 54. Right now at 46 in Milwaukee.
I've got to leave before I start to scream. For someone at the door and took the key. You feeling all right?
At 6:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News, talking this morning with our friend of the program and founder of Milwaukee with Kids, MKEWithKids.com, Callie Herbst. Morning, Callie.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Hey, we wanted you to weigh in on something quick. Eric had this story yesterday in the news that a certain percentage, in fact, a majority of Thanksgiving dining guests say the sides are more critical than the turkey. In fact, they could do without the turkey.
Yeah, it was like 56% said they'll take the sides over the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, 1,000% goes without saying.
Confirmed. Do you host at your home?
We are. We're hosting like 25 people this year.
That's a big one.
Here we go.
Yeah. We've got like 3 different tables we're going to set up. One's in the basement for the kids, and then 2 upstairs. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Ah, the kids' table. In the basement, no less. They're running their own world down there. That's fantastic.
That's right. That's
we should talk more about that next time, but I wanted to get your thoughts on some of the Christmas events that are starting already. Country Christmas, that's the one out in Pewaukee, right?
Yeah, so it's out in Pewaukee. It's a beautiful 1-mile trail with like 1 million holiday lights. Probably people know it well because if you drive by, you can't miss it. But there are some new things this year. So they're extending their illuminated walking nights. They start this weekend, so you can actually walk through the trail instead of drive through. And then there's also a family-friendly bike night where you can kind of decorate your bikes and bike through. They've got wagon rides. There's also like other new activities, Bearville, where you can create a stuffed animal, Jingle Bell Junction, there's a Christmas train. So it looks like they've really expanded their offerings this year.
Kind of relatively new. This is in my neck of the woods there on the south side at where the ballpark is in Franklin. They have this giant, another one that you can't miss it because it's all illuminated, the Snow Globe Holiday Festival. When does that one start?
Yeah, so this starts November 22nd. Now, did you go last year? It was called Enchant Christmas.
That's what it was. No, I never made it out, but I know a lot of people who did, and they spent a long time there. Like come there and there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, so last year it was called Enchant Christmas, and this year it's powered by Enchant, so I don't really understand the difference. I do understand that they're going to have a snow globe inspired light maze, which is I think what you kind of see from the road. It's all illuminated. There's an ice skating trail, and Santa is there and live entertainment. It looks pretty epic, and yeah, people should definitely check it out.
My favorite is the of all the movies is of course the Christmas Vacation. So anything that has to do with Chevy Chase or the Griswolds this holiday season is a must go to for me. What do we got going on here?
Right. So I was excited to see there's a new Christmas tree farm. If people are looking for a new place to get a fresh, locally grown Christmas tree, there's something called the Griswold Family Christmas Tree, and it's at Ope Brewing in West Dallas. So it's actually at a brewery. It's kind of a pop-up thing is how I understand it. It'll start Black Friday. They'll also have holiday markets with local vendors and cozy drinks. It's dog-friendly. But yeah, you're right. The name is really what caught me. I'm like, oh, I love that movie. This place has got to be cool, right?
We should do that as well. Like, do you put together a list of family-friendly holiday movies for the kids?
Which ones are appropriate?
Absolutely. We definitely have a list on our website. And actually, I did put together a G-rated list for families with like younger kids. Because I was so surprised. We put on Home Alone one year. The kids were really little. And I didn't remember it in the same way. Like there were all these inappropriate things. I didn't want. I mean, not to be, over strict or anything, but it was like too much. So I put together some G-rated ones.
Awesome. We'll get into that next time. Kelly
popped on Bad Santa on accident.
No, you did not. That is not on any of Kelly's lists. That's on the do not watch list. Callie Herbst, founder with Milwaukee with Kids. Thanks, Callie.
Thanks, Callie.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that is not. But she makes a good point. Not just the holiday films, but like any of the stuff that you remember from when you were kids, and then you go back and watch and like, ooh, a little early for this.
Yeah, and sometimes they reveal things that you don't necessarily want these movies to start revealing.
Oh, that's
if
true.
You know what I mean.
Also, yes. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell about 380 points. It's at 43,911. NASDAQ at 19,281. That was down 17. S&P 500 fell 17 as well to 5984. Elections have consequences. Is your investment and retirement plan ready for what's next? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone on the road is trying to make it to their destination safely. You can help by staying aware of the large trucks and buses around you. They take longer to stop, have large blind spots, and make wide turns that require caution from other drivers. It takes all of us working together to share the road safely. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. Paid for by FMCSA.
Looking for a fun family activity to get into the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 7th. The event is free and we will have lots of fun activities. Capco is dedicated to bring communities together and has collected over 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. Support Kids to Kids. Visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
Visit the Eleanor Room, your charming downtown Greendale neighborhood retreat with sophisticated small plates and shareables, touting top shelf tequila, craft cocktails, and curated beer and wine. Stop in for locally minded lunch, dinner, and late night lounging. Join us for weekend brunch or reserve a tasting table, offering a menu uniquely curated by our executive chef. The Eleanor Room is the perfect venue for your next corporate event or holiday party, offering an upscale speakeasy ambiance and customizable menu. To make a reservation, visit eleanorroom.com.
6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. For Wednesday, November 13th, our top story, not conceding.
I'm Erik Bilstad, a new millionaire in West Dallas.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and an earlier accident at Lincoln Memorial Drive on westbound 794 has been cleared. We are in good shape. No other incidents or accidents or slowdowns, for that matter, around the area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain tonight, high of 53 degrees today.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. 2 employees have died following an explosion at a factory in Louisville, Kentucky. The plant partially collapsed in the blast and blew out windows in nearby homes and businesses. Several other people were hurt.
There were a fair amount of burn injuries, a pretty significant amount of blast injuries as well, from the penetrating and blunt injuries from the force of the explosion, as well as some crush injuries where some debris had fallen on the patient.
That's Dr. Jason Smith at the University of Louisville Hospital. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation. President-elect Donald Trump tapping more than a dozen appointees so far to hold key positions in his upcoming administration. They include Elon Musk and former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy to head up a new department focused on eliminating government waste. Secretary of State Antony Blinken addressing NATO leaders in Brussels this morning, saying that the U.S. will continue providing its current level of aid to Ukraine during President Biden's final months in office. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Republican Senate challenger Erik still deciding what to do after last week's election. Senator Tammy Baldwin was projected to win the race after Milwaukee's absentee ballots were added early the next morning.
While I'm deeply concerned, asking for a recount is a serious decision that requires careful consideration. Further, there are meaningful limits on a recount because they don't look at the integrity of a ballot.
Wisconsin law does not allow for an automatic recount of votes. Petitioners have up to 3 business days after ballot canvassing is completed to make that request. Wisconsin's official vote totals must be certified by December 1st.
The Milwaukee Election Commission is responding to Hovde. In a statement, the commission says it unequivocally refutes the baseless claims and that every aspect of its operations was conducted with transparency and in strict adherence to established laws and procedures.
Child injured by gunfire after a shooting Tuesday, 47th and Hope on Milwaukee's north side. Victims include an 8-year-old. 27-year-old and 32-year-old, all expected to survive. Milwaukee police say that shooting was a result of an argument, and they're still looking for suspects.
Parents and former teachers are voicing concerns yet again about the Fond du Lac superintendent. During a school board meeting Monday, community members tell our partners at NBC 26 that teachers remain afraid of the superintendent's actions.
You have a large population of teachers afraid that they may be unexpectedly placed on administrative leave. You have a large population of teachers afraid they could be suddenly terminated or forced to resign without any actionable feedback.
Some are calling for the school board to investigate. The superintendent, Jeffrey Flegg, was not in attendance at that meeting.
Woman from Waterford just became a $2 million lottery winner. Jennifer Barker purchased the winning Cash Explosion scratch game ticket from Quick Trip Highway 100 in Lapham in West Dallas. She's the game's first top prize winner since it launched in August. West Dallas Quick Trip also gets a $40,000 incentive having sold the winning ticket. It's the third winning lottery ticket at that store this year, E. That's the new Miracle Mile, maybe.
So what does the Quick Trip do with that money? They have more conveniences at this. They sell things at a cheaper price. So there are more donuts available.
Like the people, the employee owners, I imagine would split it to some degree.
Cool, awesome. Well, good.
Right.
Good. Coming up, People names its sexiest man alive.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34. Traffic is sponsored by Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. Visit holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield is excited to welcome Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
News is sponsored by Walktel Tree Science. Visit healthytrees.com.
Did you know Walktel Tree Science works all year long, even through the winter? Now's the time to have one of their ISA certified arborists inspect your trees for pruning, insect, or disease issues. And winter is actually the perfect time to prune your trees while they're dormant. Don't wait until spring. Plan ahead for a healthy, beautiful yard. Visit healthytrees.com today. That's healthytrees.com. Walktel Tree Science, keeping trees healthy and beautiful since 1935.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
By now you've probably figured out what's most important to us at Semper Fi is our reputation. Building a great character-driven remodeling company is actually quite easy. It's just the first 20 years that are a bit challenging. Great companies are collections of great people, and we have great people. They're the ones that helped us build our reputation, but they only come after you've built something they want to be part of. We don't necessarily have to look for good people. They come to us. And that's what you want when you hire an exterior remodeling company. Someone who's going to stand behind their work, and a company that is truly proud of their people. And it's because they do great work. And when you're ready, we'll do great work for you too. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Saturday Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
What did the Bucks do better in their win over the Raptors? Virtually everything. We got sports at 6:45.
It's getting close to that time of year when we learn all the time persons of the year, the word of the year.
This, that, or the other of the year.
Yes.
Indeed.
All of those are going to start to populate now.
What of the year do you have for us this morning?
I have People's Sexiest Man Alive for 2024.
This year's People's Sexiest Man Alive is John Krasinski.
Stephen Colbert made the big announcement on The Late Show. And out popped the Jack Ryan star to discuss the pros and cons of picking up the mantle.
Thanksgiving's going to be great. Yeah.
Can you give me a little taste of what that might be like?
Oh, yeah? People's Sexiest?
As for wife Emily Blunt's reaction,
I don't know. There was so much laughter on the other end of the phone.
He says she promised to wallpaper their house with the People magazine cover. Krasinski's got tough acts to follow. Past winners include Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, and last year's pick, Patrick Dempsey. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
So if you're wondering who Krasinski is, it's Jim from The Office. Yeah, I was going to say, I think most people probably know him from that.
I like she says he has tough acts to follow. What is this, like a reign? Like, is it like Miss America? Did he have an agenda?
Yeah, Brad Pitt's platform was really strong.
Really good. He's going to work on peace in Ukraine.
Yes.
And feeding the children.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
No, you just hang it on the wall.
Yep, you get to promote yourself and some movies that you're working on.
6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, West Bend Vacuum Center and Certa Pro Painters. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. In a moment, going to tell you about a brand new deal from Pella. I'll tell you also, I'm really excited to get a couple of new windows in our house. We've had a couple of problem spots with windows that we replaced not that long ago and already need an upgrade. This is why we're going with Pella this time around. Make sure that is sealed up tight. If you find yourself freezing at home this winter because your windows are howling, you got gusts seeping in, you want to take advantage of this deal at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. No interest and not even a payment for 12 months. Keep your home comfortable. You start saving right away on your energy bills thanks to the customizable windows and doors from Pella. You get them out for a free consultation. You quickly learn why they've got such a great reputation no matter what your home looks like. Even if it's something historic, Pella can design new windows and doors that look like they've always been a part of your home. Order today. You get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal ends at the end of the month. Visit PellaWI.com.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose. So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, why would I put up with that? Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
6:40. Hey, Debbie. So there's some people posting on the People magazine site for
dear.
the sexiest man alive. It's John Krasinski, Jim from The Office. So Krista just posted, "Sweet baby Jesus, yes, he's delicious." But here's my favorite one.
I hear you say that.
Here's my favorite one from Heather. Being cute, funny, a nice guy, and a father and married to Emily Blunt does not make him the sexiest man alive. Sorry. Okay, Heather.
How?
Boy, what do you got at home, Heather?
I was going to say, bitter, party one.
Enjoy your day at work.
Post a picture of your man.
There are a lot of decaffeinated brands that are just as tasty as the real thing. Oh, cow. All right.
Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com. Go ahead, Deb.
All right. Well, westbound 94, we do have a little bit of a backup. It's from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And that's pretty much it. We really don't have anything else right now, although volume is definitely picking up. So we're going to start to see some of those delays within the next few reports here coming up. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. The dry start to the day, but partly to mostly cloudy skies will build in with high temperatures in the lower 50s. This is ahead of our next storm system that will bring rain chances by this evening and rain likely heading into tonight. Low temperatures fall into the upper 40s. Some of those rain showers will wrap up Thursday morning, then the afternoon looks dry with mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-50s. Friday, partly cloudy skies, highs in the low to mid-50s. Saturday also partly to mostly cloudy skies, highs in the mid-50s. And then for Sunday, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for an isolated rain shower with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 46 degrees. 642 Wisconsin's Morning News. So excited for this out of Washington today. Not the presidential politics, not the Trump transition team, not who holds power in the House and the Senate. Who has and where are the alien spaceships?
The subcommittee hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, will come to order. Good morning and welcome to the most exciting subcommittee in Congress this week.
That is true.
This week.
Joint committee hearing today. It'll be a second hearing on UAPs, what we used to call UFOs.
Yeah.
Unidentified anomalous phenomena. It's a broader term, so it doesn't have to necessarily be flying.
I got you.
This committee has been investigating claims that the U.S. government has known of and interacted with intelligent life from elsewhere for decades.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
And where?
I know the exact locations, and those locations were provided to the Inspector General.
And if I told you, I'd have to kill you, right? This is actual testimony, sworn testimony, previously before this subcommittee, which meets again today. That's a former Air Force intelligence officer, Major David Gresh, who says he has been retaliated against personally and professionally for trying to bring these matters to light. You want another one?
Yes.
This is former U.S. Navy intelligence officer, retired Commander David Fravor.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes, and here's why. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had, and you could put that anywhere.
The technology that we faced. He's talking about like going head to head with this.
So what are we learning today?
More testimony today. Different people from the defense community. Guy who worked for NASA is on the witness list.
Okay.
It's happening in Washington this morning. And the Wisconsin congressman who chairs this subcommittee joins us live from Washington at 7:20 a.m.
Can I ask you one question on this? Why isn't this the lead story? Why do we scoff and this becomes like quote unquote kicker stories, meaning it's always at the back end of a news story?
Because of how you look at me every time I bring this up. That's why it's not the lead.
Like, wouldn't
you believe this? Yes,
I mean, you could
do.
argue that this should be lead story stuff, right?
How else do you think it would be released to the public?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is the way that it's going to come out because it's been so poo-pooed all along. If it actually is, this is the only way that I figure. I mean, I'm listening to an audiobook right now of one of the guys that is testifying, and it's fascinating.
All right.
All great questions
then
for the chair.
Have an alien testify. then.
Well, we don't know if they're still alive.
Okay. All right.
Might be in a tank somewhere.
Roll the old bones out there. Let us see it.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. Yeah, Halloween's behind us now. It's getting colder and colder. Fall is starting to move on here, and eventually you're going to realize that the neighbors have better looking holiday decorations than you. You're like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. How am I going to keep up with the Johnsons?
You can't do it.
No, there is a way. The folks at David J. Frank Landscape, they can do this for you. They have an entire holiday decor department complete with giant holiday warehouse, so they can design anything for you and set it up for you. So let David J. Frank deal with the ladders and all the long strings of tangled lights that, by the way, never last more than a year, and let them take care of everything for you. DavidJFrank.com. That's the website, DavidJFrank.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
At Fiserv Forum,
Milwaukee wins a defensive knuckle buster.
Oh, you can say that again, Dave King.
Knuckle buster.
Yep,
Knuckle buster.
Milwaukee forcing 21 turnovers, including 16 steals, as the Bucks beat the Raptors 99-85. Pat Connaughton on the Bucks Radio Network.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to find a way to win games. And
we've prided ourselves on defense. It hasn't been up to the standard that we want it to be so far throughout the year. So no better time to start than the present.
So they start the in-season tournament group play with a big win. That's why the floor looked different during the game. Giannis led the way, 23 points, 4 blocks. Portis had 17 and 8 rebounds. Dame Lillard, he might be able to play tonight. He had concussion protocol, so he was out. But Doc Rivers says, he might be back tonight. So Pistons are in town. Bucks and Detroit at Fiserv Forum right here on WTMJ Radio. We'll have it right here, starting with Bucks shoot around at 6.
UWM basketball is on the air. You can hear tonight's game on 101.7 The Truth. Panthers play the Lancers of Longwood University in Virginia. 5:30 pregame, 6 o'clock tip time. Sports will get real busy this coming weekend, so I want to make sure that we look ahead to this. High school football playoffs.
Here we go.
Semifinals this weekend, which means these teams are a heartbeat away from state and a trip to Camp Randall Stadium. All games at a neutral site for this round. Division I, 2 teams from our area collide. Muskego versus McWanago. They play in West Dallas. That's a huge matchup.
That's a big game.
Right? D2, the Owls of Slinger, having a magical season. They got Lake Geneva Badger. That game will be in Waukesha. Division III, a biblical matchup. Lutherans versus Catholics. Wisconsin Lutheran and Waukesha Catholic Memorial.
Yeah.
That game's going to be at Muskego, Division IV.
And that game, I believe, is right here on WTMJ Radio Friday night.
Is that the one that we're going to air?
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. Wisco and Wisconsin, Waukesha Catholic Memorial. That'll be for Division III. D4, number 1 seed, Racine St. Catherine's versus Aquinas. That game's going to be in Madison. Division 5 semifinals, no local teams in D5. To D6, Low Myra has Belleville. They are playing that game in Oconomowoc. And finally, Division 7, number 1 seed, Kenosha St. Joe and Potosi Cassville. That's going to be at Madison Memorial. So good luck to all of our area teams. All these games kick off at 7 p.m. on Friday.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show,
wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
You know, one of the things that causes potholes, Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. It's moisture in the ground. So beneath the pavement, and then temperatures fluctuate in the cold. Things expand and contract, eventually causing those cracks. And sounds like something that's going to start happening around here pretty soon. You fix the small cracks before they turn into big ones, and you do it before the snow flies, because it'll only get more expensive the longer you wait to fix it. Still time to get the Johnson & Sons team out to your home or to your commercial property. Give my friends a call for an honest assessment, a plan to fix or replace, and a no-obligation quote for the work. And, you know, when you're working with a local family-owned company, you're going to get their best effort because they are your neighbors, and it's their family name right there on the trucks. Asphalt and concrete. Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors. It's johnsonsonspaving.com.
Blue sweater, red sweater, reindeer sweater, extra double thick sweater.
What are you doing?
Getting my closet ready for winter. It'll be here before you know it.
Good point. We should all be getting our vehicles ready for winter too. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked, and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Just visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:52.
All right, we got a pretty good ride shaping up. Just a little bit of a backup westbound 94 right now from 27th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. One more pocket of heavy traffic just west of Highway 100 heading towards the county line. Other than that, everything else is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 53 degrees today, then breezy and evening rain. Mild low of 48 overnight, and showers linger into Thursday morning under mostly cloudy skies, high of 54. Friday's high 53 and partly cloudy. 46 right now in Milwaukee.
Been following this story very closely, this one out of Green Lake County, where a man named Ryan Borgwart vanished while kayaking back in August. Green Lake, they searched and searched, never found him. Well, it turns out, according to the sheriff in Green Lake County, Borgwart's been alive this whole time.
It's really hard because, one, they felt that their dad was drowned. A day ago, they found out that he wasn't.
Yeah, he had to tell the family, his wife and 3 children, no, he's still alive and somewhere in Europe.
I plead that you contact us or contact your family. We understand that things can happen, but there's a family that wants their daddy back.
That's the sheriff there again, Mark Podol, joining us in studio. Former Milwaukee Police Lieutenant and 1017 The Truth host, Dr. Ken Harris. So how easy is it to fake your own death and then travel to another country?
He ain't coming back. Come on.
He fell in love with another woman, apparently.
Right. Now, to be honest with you, we talked about it yesterday. Personally, I think he's been radicalized.
Meaning
that he met somebody and it was a honey trap and, oh, we love each other, but you don't really know her because you've never met her. Or she might have made a trip over here and you all met and then she went back and now she wants you to come. It could be a series of, incidences that we don't know about, but I think in the end, he's probably radicalized.
So that would explain why not just get divorced or separate?
Why not just walk away? Why not just, It
was some fascinating police work on this one, Dr. Ken, as they figured things out, because some things at the scene were very well staged. Left the car, left the keys, left the wallet, all of those things that would seem to indicate this is a person who just disappeared. But there were financial records and some other things that when authorities dug in, it's like, no, this doesn't make sense.
What always happens, we check your finances because people are creatures of habit. And
why do we spend any time trying to find the guy? Like, why even hold this?
We thought he died, so we're going to look for him. I mean, that's so mean.
Well, no, but
Eric never wanted to look for him.
Trust me,
he's in the water god.
But
he means after the fact.
Yeah, like who's searching for him now, other than like restitution, maybe? To like, why would
restitution for what?
Well, I don't know. All the hours spent looking for him. Like, is there anything he's owed? He didn't do anything wrong, did he? Other than
he lied about, right? So the wife probably didn't get a chance to report him to the insurance company to get paid or whatever.
Okay.
So at some point, it's just he wants out and he left.
Right, but did anything illegal occur?
Right. That's the question.
I mean, it's kind of illegal to fake your own death because of
What if you said, that's not, I didn't fake my death. I just decided to swim ashore and go to Europe.
But because of the fraud you generated,
okay,
you may not be held liable criminally, but your family wouldn't get any money. There's no way this guy's ever going to get insured for anything. You know, little things like that. But nothing comes to mind where we're gonna sue him to pay for the police services. Well, it's part of your job.
But this guy, apparently, though, you're thinking this is actually pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do if you really want to disappear. Now, it'll be a little tougher because of the electronic thing now. You know, we got internet and your phone tracking and you know, the story the other day from 988. So if you call for help, they'll track where you are, you know, but not necessarily your exact location, but what area you're in. So if I have my phone, a 414 area code, and I need mental health services in Georgia, they'll send them in Georgia. Now they would send it to the 414, and if I'm in Georgia, they would send me help in Wisconsin. Now, you think how long is that going to last?
That's a great question.
Probably like 2 months, and then somebody's going to go, hey, here's a subpoena. I want to know where that person is. And we'll be back to where we are. People tracking you 24 hours a day.
So by now, he probably realizes that we all realize what happened.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So then does he have to change his behavior in Uzbekistan if that's where he's still at?
Well, I don't know if we have, Geneva Convention and all this stuff. He hasn't committed a crime, so we're not sending the CIA or FBI to go get him. So, just say goodbye. Now, what I would do is revoke his passport so you can never come back. Because I'm evil and vindictive.
unless we come get you. Right.
Yep.
Dr. Ken Harris, host of the Afternoon Show, 101.7 The Truth. Thanks, Ken.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
One night, one stage, Billy Joel and Sting. Saturday, April 26th. One special evening at American Family Field, Milwaukee. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Public on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday, April 26th. Don't miss Billy Joel and Sting.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohndanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. This team runs like a well-oiled machine. Oh, no, not the Pistons. These guys.
Passes to Giannis. Giannis goes bowling inside, scoops to the hoop and lays it in.
Our Bucks Pistons coverage starts tonight at 6 with Buck Shoot Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, November 13th, our top story, an overnight accident at Milwaukee Mitchell International.
I'm Erik Bilstad, a big meeting in the Oval Office.
I'm Debbie Lozigo. Westbound 94 is backing up a bit from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41, watch for backups just past Hampton Avenue. Southbound 43, slowing down from Hampton down to Capitol Drive. And the rest of the system looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lozigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Turning mostly cloudy today, breezy with evening rain and a high of 53 degrees, rain overnight. And a low down to 48. Right now, 46 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, getting more information this morning now about an overnight accident at Milwaukee Mitchell International.
We're going to need assistance with cleaning up a pretty big fuel spill. I got 2 dump trucks full of oil drag coming out.
WTMJ's Adam Roberts is live at the Breaking News Center with what we know.
Advance airport officials telling me the accident involved a piece of snow removal equipment which tipped over a truck and caused that fuel spill during a snow removal training session very late yesterday into early morning today at the airport. 2 maintenance workers on the scene suffered minor injuries. They were taken to a hospital for treatment. As for that fuel spill, airport officials tell me it was contained and cleaned up by airport fire crews at the scene.
No concession yet. Republican Senate challenger Erik is taking his time to decide what to do in the aftermath of last week's election.
Once the final information is available and all options are reviewed,
I will announce my decision on how I will proceed. This is a difficult decision because I want to honor your support and at the same time bring closure to this election for our state.
Senator Tammy Baldwin was declared the winner by about 29,000 votes. Wisconsin's official vote certification set for December 1st.
Hovde critical of the process in the city of Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Election Commission responding, saying they unequivocally refute Erik Hovde's baseless claims and that every aspect of MEC's operations was conducted with transparency and in strict adherence to established laws and procedures.
Big meeting today at the White House. President Biden welcoming President-elect Trump.
President Biden and President-elect Trump will sit down together in the Oval Office this morning, a meeting the White House says is part of the peaceful transfer of power from one administration to the next. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on the president's goal.
He wants to show the American people that the system works.
A meeting like this did not happen 4 years ago after Biden beat Trump. Trump did not extend an invitation for a White House visit as he questioned and challenged the election results. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The studio and most other assets of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones' company expected to be sold off today.
The proceeds will help pay the nearly $1.5 billion in defamation lawsuit judgments Alex Jones owes to families of victims of the Sandy Hook elementary school shooting in Connecticut for calling the massacre a hoax. Jones says his InfoWars company could be shut down if opponents win the bidding, but he says he may be allowed to stay and keep using the company name and platforms if supporters buy the assets. Jones has set up a new studio, websites, and social media accounts. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Baby in Milwaukee not expected to survive after alleged abuse inflicted by the child's father. Jalen White is accused of throwing the infant against a wall. He was upset while playing a video game. Attorney Andrea Bolender.
This appears not to be the first abusive conduct with this child based on the fact that there are multiple stages of healing of broken ribs.
White is being held on $100,000 cash bond.
Milwaukee man now charged with killing two men while he was out on bail for armed robbery charges. 20-year-old Deshaun Graves, first, according to authorities, violated terms of his pretrial supervision by pointing a gun at someone in January and then getting shot. He remained free, though, after a judge refused to raise his bail. He's then accused of shooting two more people and setting a car on fire. He's now in jail and held on a $1 million bail.
Coming up, I-43 is going to look a bit different tomorrow.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
Al Leidinger, president of Matheson Manufacturing, needed better document imaging technology rather badly. Then came a James Imaging Systems sales representative to the rescue.
Tammy Oliver actually walked in the door one day and introduced herself and showed us the new features that the Toshiba had compared to our old copier. So we ended up signing up with them.
Now, after the sale, is your James Imaging Systems sales rep's customer service meeting your expectations?
Yes, she still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better support, amazing people.
There's a true personal relationship, and we've been very happy with them.
Less than happy with your current document imaging vendor? Make the switch to James Imaging Systems. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
David Nason here, your trusted Fix-It Show guy, here to give you some essential home maintenance advice. If you're dealing with leaks, stains, cracks in your basement, it's time to call the experts I trust at Accurate Basement Repair. They've fixed many of our listeners' basements, and the results were fantastic. Dry, secure, and peace of mind restored. Don't let basement issues mess up your home. Trust Accurate Basement Repair to get the job done right. Call them today.
Thanks, David. Accurate Basement Repair. We're not just good, we're accurate.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlawns.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
The Bucks are 1-0 on their blue court. We had sports at 7:15.
GM is recalling nearly 500,000 big SUVs and pickups because of a transmission issue. CBS's Jeff Gilbert.
The 2020 through 21 models have an issue that could cause the rear wheels to lock up. This impacts full-size pickups like the Sierra and Silverado, as well as big utilities like the Escalade, Tahoe, and Yukon. Dealers will update software and do any needed transmission repairs.
There's been no word if there's been any accidents or injuries because of this issue.
Part of the I-43 reconstruction project between Silver Spring Drive and Highway 60 in Ozaukee County. New traffic patterns starting early tomorrow morning.
43 southbound between Glen Oaks Lane and just south of Donges Bay Road is scheduled to be shifted east onto the northbound lane so crews can work on the southbound lanes. Along with this, the Mequon Road off and on ramps on the southbound side will be closed through the spring of 2025. To get around this, you'll need to exit at Highland, travel along Port Washington Road, and get back onto the freeway using County Line Road. Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
Slowly but surely, downtown Milwaukee's Cathedral Square is transforming into Community Spirit Park for the holidays.
We have about 130 evergreen trees in the park right now.
And those trees are in need of decoration. Isabel Ulrich is the marketing and events manager for downtown Milwaukee.
We have 1,600 school children coming and decorating the park with their handmade ornaments.
The tree decorating is part of a week-long process that wraps up just in time for the Holiday Lights kickoff extravaganza.
We have kids coming in every day until next Wednesday, and then we do have our big kickoff extravaganza on Thursday next week, the 21st, at Pierre Marquette Park.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score for Choice and Platinum Choice checking customers. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit score from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Vince Vitrano for Connect Chiropractic. You hear me say all the time, no twisting, no cracking, no popping. Here's what that means. The more traditional method of chiropractic care can be a barrier for folks who are kind of spooked by that. And it's why they do it differently at Connect Chiropractic, at least one of the reasons. The docs use these special tools. They're called the Integrator. And it's not only gentle, but it allows the doctors to target very specific spots on your spine for precise results. In fact, just met Dr. Tristan the other day. She's one of the new chiropractors there. She's been in practice for years, but just joined the Connect Chiro team because she's always wanted to use this method. Now, my neck, back, shoulder, feeling so much better now. Well over a year into care with Connect Chiropractic, and now I go to see Dr. Alex and the team every couple of weeks to keep it that way. Get on the road to better health now by starting at Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
We're thrilled to have the one and only Will Pounder.
I don't know what that means.
Labeled or known as being a big baguette.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
At 7-Eleven, what's happening on the roads here, Deb?
Not too much, Vince. It's a little bit slow eastbound 94 between 84th Street and Hawley Road. Westbound's just tightening up a little bit right through the stadium, but everything else seems to be looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Turning mostly cloudy for today with some breezy winds out of the southeast. Most of the day will be dry with high temperatures in the lower 50s, but rain chances will start to roll in by later on this evening, and rain becomes likely for tonight with low temperatures in the upper 40s. A couple of those rain showers linger into Thursday morning, then mostly cloudy and dry in the afternoon with highs in the mid-50s. Friday, partly cloudy, high temperatures in the low to mid-50s. Then for Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s. Sunday, a small chance for an isolated rain shower, mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
46 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Big goings on in Washington, D.C. today. In fact, you could argue, Vince, that all eyes will be on the nation's capital this morning.
Yeah, see what you did there.
President-elect Donald Trump will be arriving in D.C. He's going to meet with some GOP lawmakers. He's also going to sit down with President Biden. Yes, the president inviting Trump to the White House today.
He wants to show the American people that the system works.
That's Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She says the president intends to demonstrate an effective transition, kind of a passive-aggressive way of saying, hey, here's what you should have done 4 years ago for me. Potentially. So what is on the agenda?
It's unclear what the two men will talk about.
Well, yes. You're looking well today. It's good to see you.
You think that's what it is? I think, when you wake up and you have that meeting that you've been dreading for a while, right? Now that is not the case for either of us here at Good Karma Brands.
We
love all our bosses in meetings. But right, you're like, oh, that's today?
Biden's going to be like, what's my 10 o'clock? Oh, that's my 10 o'clock?
My 10 o'clock.
Anyway, so what will they be discussing? No, nothing like that. It's actual real stuff.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan that the two men would talk about domestic and foreign policy issues.
That's CBS correspondent William James Inman there. He says they do have a plan. The incoming First Lady, Melania Trump, will not be there today. At least reportedly she will not be meeting with the First Lady Jill Biden, which I'm sure both are like, fine. We don't have to do photo ops all the time. Meanwhile, some breaking news this morning from the New York Times. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith is intending to resign. He will step down before Trump takes office, so it's not going to necessarily happen today. But the Justice Department is now evaluating how they're going to wind down his election-related cases that he had in place, and he will step down. So he will not give Trump the chance to fire him. Instead, he will step down.
Exciting Unlimited WTMJ News Time 7:14. Remember, coming up at 7:20, we're going to have the chair of the committee investigating whether the United States knows about, has interacted with, and even has alien tech in its possession. Another hearing ahead today. That interview with the chair of the committee coming up at 7:20. Sports is up next.
Did you wake up with joint pain? Does it hurt doing routine activities? How are those knees feeling? Or have you been told it's hip replacement time? WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. You deserve a life of comfort, not a life of repeated steroid shots that cause long-term damage. It's time to check out QC Kinetics. They'll walk you through the proper diagnostics for a non-surgical regenerative treatment. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your body's own healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. Yes, you can have real, lasting relief from joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Learn about your options. Call QC Kinetics. Consultations are free with Saturday appointments available at locations in Greenfield and Mequon. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
That's how you do it, Bucks.
Three-pointer on the way. Brooke Lopez couldn't hit. Portis for the rebound and the stick back. Count that, baby. The Bucks will take those points into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the Bucks will take the win, beating the Raptors at Fiserv Forum 99-85.
Fresh off a resounding victory against Toronto, Bucks head coach Doc Rivers knows there's still plenty of work to be done. He can already visualize the ideal version of his squad. What is the best version of this team from an on-court perspective?
Getting in transition on misses, being a better rebounding team, controlling the offensive glass, getting to the free throw line is a big thing. The one thing we have not done this year was gotten to the paint. When we drive the paint, not just Giannis. Giannis gets to the paint, but everyone else, we're a much better basketball team. Then the last thing is the team that defends the three.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter-Carter, WTMJ Sports.
So the Bucks get a win they badly needed. They also start the in-season tournament group play with a W as well. Giannis with 23 points and a season-high 4 blocks. Damian Lillard, by the way, sat out. Concussion protocol. Doc did indicate, though, that he could be back tonight. So the Pistons are now in town. Milwaukee and Detroit from Fiserv on WTMJ Radio. 7 p tip. Buck shoot-around starts at 6.
2 stories from the world of golf.
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
USGA, United States Golf Association, offering early ticket opportunities and a holiday offer to members for the U.S. Women's Open that comes to Erin Hills. That's in Washington County, May 26th through June 1st of next year. Tickets start at just $25 a day. And if you buy more than $100 worth or more, they'll throw in the holiday ornament this year, which is real nice.
Yeah, what is it?
Find a spot on the tree for it. It's got the Erin Hills logo in it.
Very nice.
2025 U.S. Women's logo.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Volunteer registration for the PGA Tour Champions Golf event in Madison this summer is now open. American Family Insurance Championship, remember, moves this year to Steve Stricker's home course, TPC, Wisconsin.
Hey, I played your golf course, TPC, Wisconsin, and how'd you do? Too damn hard, man.
Real conversation I had with Stricker. Here's how it works. With these golf events, they always ask for volunteers. Volunteers have to pay for that opportunity. That's pretty standard for all these major golf events. So there's a fee when you register, but they throw in a ton of perks to make it worth your while, including parking for the tournament. You get some clothing to wear, meals, guest tickets, etc. They're looking for about 1,000 volunteers. They come from all over the country to do it. People from as many as 16 states have volunteered over the years at this particular event. Interested parties can check the tournament website, and this one's right on the heels of the Women's Open, the American Family Insurance Championship, June 2nd through the 8th.
Get dressed, you're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf, and you're going to like it.
Aliens next.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Hi, I'm Lori from Sussex, and I'm a future resident of the Westerly. The pool was the big draw for me. I'm also looking forward to the camaraderie on the rooftop patio, and I might have to take up golf. Well, I have specific needs and looked at quite a few retirement communities, and nothing really checked off all the boxes until I learned about the Westerly. I'm confident now that I made the right decision.
If you're seeking Lake Country's finest, don't miss out on the Westerly, opening this spring. Visit livingwesterly.com.
Hot deals on shrimp this week at Sendik's. Colossal, extra jumbo, and large cooked shrimp are just $7.50 per pound, sold in 2-pound bags. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie.
All right, eastbound 94 slowing down from 92nd Street to Hawley Road. Westbound's going to be slow from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41 still a bit tight right past Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 a little heavy from Hampton down past Capitol Drive as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Turning mostly cloudy today, breezy. Could see some rain tonight, a high of 53. Tonight, rain is likely. Mild, a low of 48. Thursday, rain early on, otherwise cloudy, 54. Friday, 53 and partly cloudy. Right now in Milwaukee at 7:21, it's 46 degrees.
So you remember that scene in Independence Day, right? The alien movie, they came to destroy Earth.
Regardless of what you may have read in the tabloids, there have never been any spacecraft.
recovered by our government.
Mr. President, that's not entirely accurate.
Yeah, well, the movie is fiction, but the story may very well be real. There is sworn testimony before a congressional committee that meets again today in Washington.
The subcommittee hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, will come to order. Good morning and welcome to the most exciting subcommittee in Congress this week.
And once again today, the voice you hear there is Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman, who chairs this subcommittee, and later today will gavel in another session in the House titled Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Exposing the Truth. Congressman Grothman on his way to the Capitol right now, live from Washington. Congressman, congrats on your reelection.
Thank you very much. Actually, this will be a joint hearing today, so it'll be me and Nancy Mays from South Carolina co-chairing it. But thanks for the congratulations on my election. And as you said, we're walking across the square today preparing to meet Donald Trump for the first time since the election. So that'll be kind of cool as well.
Well, let's get into the subcommittee that you chair and the joint hearing today. You've had sworn testimony before your subcommittee, Congressman, from members of the military defense apparatus who have said not only is there intelligent life beyond Earth, but that the U.S. has known about this for decades, that we've interacted with that intelligent life, and may even have reversed engineered some alien tech. Did I accurately cover all of that, and do you believe that testimony before your committee to be truthful?
I'm not sure I believe the person who gave that testimony. There's no question there are unusual things going on out there. There's no question the U.S. government has not given all the information they could give us. There's no question that is, I would say, inexcusable behavior, because I can't imagine what excuse you'd have for not giving us information on something that happened 20 years ago. We're going to try to get some more information today. I'm a little bit afraid if we don't get what we want today. We passed one bill that the administration had to turn it over unless the president found that there was, top secret stuff there. We're going to have a new administration. I think Donald Trump will be more likely to release that information, but otherwise Congress may have to pass a bill, which I was for all along, saying that going back, say, 20 years, we have to release all the information that's out there, because there are too many unusual things going on. As the government admits they're unusual, be they drones, be they spacecraft, whatever, the responsible people have talked about seeing, and they're saying they can't talk about it. And I can maybe be bullied into the idea that there's something odd going on 2 years ago we can't hear about, either because it's some special technology the U.S. has or some other country.
National security type stuff?
Right. But when they say we can't release stuff that's 15 or 20 years ago, that's not credible. So we'll have to see what happens today. We have 4 witnesses, 2 witnesses part of the government, and we'll see whether they give us the information that I hope they give us. And if they go back into this, well, national security, I think we should pass a bill through here and just say it has to be released. And like I said, I haven't talked to Donald Trump or his representatives on this, but he's kind of an anti-establishment guy, and I'm hoping more will be released under him.
Talking with Congressman Glenn Grothman, he's going to gavel in this subcommittee hearing, a joint hearing on UAPs today. Erik asked a good question as we've been talking about it, Congressman. Like, why isn't this the top story on news everywhere? If
there's witness testimony that indicates there's tech and...
Right. If you have, either way you want it, either there's alien tech that we know about that's being suppressed by our government, or a bunch of people are going to Congress and lying about stuff like that. Either way, that's top story news.
Well, I think in Washington, the journalists are a little bit removed from reality, just like everybody else is here. I will tell you, there's no hearing I get more questions about from back home. People come up to me than when we do one of these UAP hearings. And in Washington, it's perceived to be a fringe minor issue. Out there in the real world, people are very curious as to what's going on. And like I said, I know people who have seen unusual things. There was an incident in Waukesha like 30 years ago that a lot of people saw something unusual. But for some reason, we don't get the facts. And I'll agree with you. if the press corps made it a banner headline like they should, it would put more pressure on the government to release documents.
Congressman Grothman, you said that you weren't sure if you necessarily believed some of the testimony from earlier that they said that there's this alien life, space life that there's been interaction with here at home. Do you believe in some type of space life? Does that exist in your belief?
Well, I guess I'd say it wouldn't be shocking, would it? I mean, you got a big universe. On the other hand, something's going on that we're not being told about, right? The U.S. government is hiding something. That's incontrovertible. So hopefully we'll make some progress today.
Congressman, certainly appreciate your time and look forward to the results from today's hearing as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Yep. Bye.
And Eric, some of the folks testifying today, these aren't goofs looking to get on the next episode of Ancient Aliens. Okay, you've got a former Defense Department official. You've got a guy who worked for NASA. You've got a retired Navy admiral. So these are people with credibility in the industry that are on the witness list for today.
If you have some type of tech that could be used as a threat to you, the homeland, homeland security and whatnot, why would you want that information out there, knowing that another foreign adversary might be interested in that?
Well, if there is an incoming president ever that would be willing to spill it all, if he even has that authority to do, it would certainly be President-elect Trump. And you heard the congressman also talk about possibly passing legislation that would compel the government to release that info. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average at 43,911. That was down 380 points. NASDAQ down 17 points to 19,281, and the S&P 500 at 5984. That was off 17 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, want to talk about employee benefits today. R&R Insurance provides those benefits for all of us here at Good Karma Brands. Great program. What does the view look like from your desk right now as it relates to employee benefits?
Hi, Vince. Great to be here again. This is the busy season for HR professionals as they look at options for 2025. This market is really being defined by a couple of key factors. Persistent inflation and high cost of prescription drugs and specialty drugs are causing prices to rise yet again for buyers. Late communication or no communication from your agent or broker can leave organizations with limited options.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, poor service or no service. How can a business owner or HR professional deal with that?
Very simply, Vince, make a call to R&R and see how we can analyze and transform your employee benefits plan. Buyers should be using data to understand how their plan is performing and comparing those results against industry benchmarks, while also collaborating with their benefits insurance professional to build a strategy and benefit plan that's comprehensive and cost-effective at the same time. The plan needs to be supported by a strong, comprehensive rollout and service strategy centered around the education of your employees. Don't get caught off guard by a big increase without an intelligent explanation and no time to act.
So why, Jeff, should a business work with R&R Insurance?
We help employers brand their benefits package in a customized, easy-to-understand fashion, taking out the complex and confusing nature of shopping for health insurance. More importantly, we'll manage and provide as much support as you need for an open enrollment process and beyond.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:30.
Storm team forecast for today will get wet this evening. Evening rain under mostly cloudy skies for the duration of the day, high of 53 degrees. Right now at 46.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President-elect Donald Trump on his way to the White House for a meeting with President Biden.
Despite their bitter rivalry, the White House is adamant that the American people need to see this, that this meeting is critical to underscoring the importance of a peaceful transition of power. As President Biden has said, this is how democracy works. Now, the president is also likely to use this opportunity to impress upon his successor several key issues, including the fight for Ukraine.
That's ABC's Mary Bruce. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Brussels telling NATO members that the U.S. will continue full funding of Ukraine until President Biden leaves office. President-elect Trump has named Pete Hegseth as the next defense secretary. His military experience, Army National Guard captain. His other experience, a host on Fox News. Trump has also tapped Elon Musk and former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy to lead a new Department of Government Efficiency, which is not currently a government agency. The acronym DOGE is a nod to Musk's favorite crypto. This is ABC.
Well, southbound on 43, going to see some delays from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. Eastbound 94, hitting the brakes from the Zoo interchange all the way to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes from Mitchell Boulevard all the way through the stadium. The westbound side is going to be slow from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on 4394 northbound, watch for backups right around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
We're going to need assistance with cleaning up a pretty big fuel spill. I got 2 dump trucks full of oil driving
Accident during a training session at Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport led to multiple injuries and a fuel spill. Airport officials telling WTMJ the accident involved a piece of snow removal equipment which tipped over and then caused that fuel spill. 2 airport maintenance workers suffered minor injuries, were taken to the hospital. Airport officials say the fuel spill is contained and was cleaned up by airport fire crews on scene.
A woman accused of abandoning her 12-year-old son on the side of I-94 in Waukesha County is now facing charges.
Flor Escalante is alleged to have been arguing with her child over grades and school progress before then making the boy get out of her car on the side of the freeway at Brookfield Road Thursday evening and then driving away. Deputies say they found the child crying on the shoulder of the road that evening. Escalante is charged with child abandonment as well as child neglect. She's currently out on a $500 signature bond. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A Milwaukee infant is not expected to survive alleged abuse inflicted by the baby's father. It's a story we've been following. Jalen White accused of throwing the 8-month-old infant against a wall. He was upset with a video game, says prosecutors. Here's Milwaukee County Assistant DA Madeline Witt.
The defendant has confessed to this incident. The defendant, only person with the ability and the opportunity to inflict this harm on the victim.
White is currently being held on a $100,000 cash bond.
Milwaukee County Jail's medical provider, WellPath Holdings, Inc., filed for Chapter 11, reporting over $600 million in debt. Comes just before Milwaukee County's jail is set to undergo an external audit following a series of in-custody deaths.
Big change coming to the interstate. Drivers will have a new traffic pattern to deal with on an ongoing major road construction project.
Heads up, Ozaki drivers. You're going to need to get used to a new path along I-43 southbound. Starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning, southbound drivers will be shifted over to share the northbound side of the freeway. This is happening between Glen Oaks Lane and Donges Bay Road. And along with this, the southbound off and on ramps at Mequon Road will be closed until spring of next year. Your alternate route for this would be to get off at Highland, use Port Road south to County Line Road, and get back onto the freeway that way. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Buying a new car today comes with a hefty price tag, an average of just under $45,000. How about trade-ins? President of the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee, Jim Token, tells the upswing there is more transparency between dealers and buyers today.
If a consumer wants to get an idea, for example, of what their trade-in might be worth, there's plenty of materials right online. They don't have to buy a guidebook. They can go to Kelley Blue Book or any other similar situation, and they can get a very good estimate of what their used car is going to be worth.
New car sales still remain down overall as consumers are typically driving their cars longer.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:35.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Help fellow commuters. Report accidents and slowdowns to the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line. 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Volkswagen during Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event.
This report is sponsored by Uline. Visit uline.com today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie & Fry Water Conditioning. I've got their water softener. I've got an RO system from Guthrie & Fry. That means the water coming into my house is filtered. It's crisp, clean, clear. Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie & Fry. Quality products and services at a fair price from a local company you can trust. Guthrie & Fry protects the water in my house. They deliver the salt. Sue and Rob, owners, very generous. And on top of it, they'll treat your family like their family. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice is Guthrie & Fry.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie & Fry.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
What did the Bucks do better to get the win on that playoff court? Virtually everything. Sports at 7:45.
What you have to drink may be linked to how healthy you are or how unhealthy you are.
Researchers at Tulane School of Medicine have found a link between your alcoholic beverage of choice and diet. Their study finds beer drinkers tend to have the worst eating habits, exercise less, and smoke more cigarettes than people who opt for wine or hard liquor. The report finds lager lovers are more likely to be younger, male, and lower income, which could also account for diets lower in fiber and higher in carbs. Before you switch drinks, none of the groups comes close to the 80-point score considered an adequate diet on the 100-point Healthy Eating Index. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
All right, so it really doesn't matter.
I also like before you switch drinks, like, oh, well, so now I'm going to start drinking whiskey to be healthier. Like, just, it's not,
Right.
it's an
Yes.
indicator.
It's a correlation
right.
that, yes.
Not necessarily causative.
Mm-hmm.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. The advanced pressure-relieving power makes aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now at Steinhoffels, save up to $300 on mattresses and up to $200 when you upgrade to an adjustable base. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, and Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $48 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Elmbrook Family Dental. You've heard me speak about Elmbrook Family Dental, their locations in Brookfield, their brand new location in Wauwatosa. And what makes me so proud of what they're doing over there is their ability to also help those who have put a lot on the line for us. You know, Veterans Day was just the other day. Elmbrook Family Dental giving back during a time of giving as a thank you to those who put their lives on the line to protect and serve our country, those who are in active service or those who are veterans. 30% off services for those patients that do not have dental insurance, among the many perks that they offer to our veterans and those in need. So thanks so much to you who have served our country, and thanks to Elmbrook Family Dental for giving them a add a kid and an add a boy and an add a lady. ElmbrookFamilyDental.com. That's ElmbrookFamilyDental.com.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
At 7:41, an update on the morning drive here, Deb.
All right, westbound 94 is going to be a bit tight from 16th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is slowing down out of the Zoo interchange all the way through to the Stadium interchange. Southbound on 41, back it up from Silver Spring down past Capitol, with the northbound side slowing down from Mayfair Road up towards Burleigh. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive as well. There is a broken down vehicle in Ozaukee County, southbound 43. This is actually right just before you get to Highland. Just watch out for that. It's off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. The dry start to the day, but partly to mostly cloudy skies will build in with high temperatures in the lower 50s. This is ahead of our next storm system that will bring rain chances by this evening and rain likely heading into tonight. Low temperatures fall into the upper 40s. Some of those rain showers will wrap up Thursday morning, then the afternoon looks dry with mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-50s. Friday, partly cloudy skies, highs in the low to mid-50s. Saturday also partly to mostly cloudy skies, highs in the mid-50s. And then for Sunday, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for an isolated rain shower with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 46 degrees. At 7:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News. This was a tragic story, and this morning, a call to action to help save lives. Remember from earlier this year, early morning, weekend fire. It spread to multiple homes on Milwaukee's near south side. A woman was killed, and a Milwaukee firefighter nearly died.
I am telling you, we were probably 30 seconds away from talking about planning a firefighter funeral.
30 seconds away from planning a firefighter funeral. That's Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky talking about the heroic rescue and near death of a firefighter, Ryan McMenamin, who'd become trapped inside one of these 3 burning homes early that morning. He was trying to save a woman who was also trapped inside. Was it a Sunday morning, E? Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
So Ryan survived, and both he and Chief Lipsky are going to join us in studio at 8:10 this morning because they are on a mission. They want to be able to save more people and protect more firefighters, and they have a plan on how to do that. What it is they want to do and how they need is coming up this morning, just after the top of the hour on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This is the sound of a door opening. But not just any door. The door to more care options. Leading-edge treatments, first-ever technologies, medical breakthroughs. Because when you're really sick and running out of pathways, opening a new door to more possibilities means everything. Welcome to the all-new East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's been weeks since I've seen one of those Asian lady beetles at the house. Vince Vitrano for your best pest defense, the Bugman and Queen Bee. This is a local, family, veteran-owned and operated business. What did I say? Weeks since I've seen even one. And everybody you talk to, there's dozens of them, maybe more, crawling all over. Who finds just one and not any since? Guy who just had the Bugman and Queen Bee out to the house for a full bug treatment inside and out. Box elders, stink bugs, you get rid of them fast and easy. And with a treatment that lasts 6 months. They do mice and rats as well. Tell them Vinny sent you, and they'll give you 15% off the cost of your first service. The Bugman and Queen Bee, they got time to get you in yet this fall before those invaders make a home in your home. Here's the number, 262-633-3411, 262-633-3411. Tell them Vinny sent you, bugmanqueenbee.com.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
At Fiserv Forum,
Milwaukee wins a defensive knuckle buster.
That's right. Say that again, Dave Kane.
Knuckle buster.
Thank you. Milwaukee forcing 21 turnovers, including 16 steals, as the Bucks beat the Toronto Raptors 99-85. Guard Pat Connaughton on the Bucks radio network after the game.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to find a way to win games. And we've prided ourselves on defense. It hasn't been up to the standard that we want it to be so far throughout the year. So no better time to start than the present.
And let's keep it going now. Gotta keep winning some of these games. They start the in-season tournament play with a win. It was the in-season game. That's why it was a blue floor at Fiserv. Giannis led the way, 23 points. Dame Lillard sat out because of a concussion. He might be back tonight, says Doc Rivers. Pistons in town tonight. Milwaukee and Detroit from Fiserv. Right here on WTMJ Radio. Tip-off is 6. Bucks shoot-around starts at 6 o'clock.
UWM basketball on the air tonight.
Tip-off at 7. I'm sorry. Tip-off at 7. Bucks at 6. Shoot-around.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
UWM is tipping off at 6 o'clock. It's a 5:30 pregame tonight on 101.7 The Truth. The Panthers playing Longwood University, the Lancers. And sports will be busy by week's end. You get the Packers getting back to practice today as they get set for the Bears. So I want to get this in today.
Oh, okay. You know what this means?
Get you in the mood a little bit? High school football playoff semifinals this weekend. So these teams are a heartbeat away from state and a trip to Camp Randall Stadium. All games will be at a neutral site. Division I. 2 teams from our area collide. Muskego and McWanago. That game is going to be in West Dallas.
Battle of the Titans.
Neighboring
right
communities, fantastic. D2, the Owls of Slinger having a great season, taking on Lake Geneva Badger. That game's in Waukesha. Division III, a biblical matchup. Lutherans v. Catholics. Wisconsin Lutheran and Waukesha Catholic Memorial. The game's at Muskego. Going to be on the air here on WTMJ.
We are airing Preps high school football Friday night right here.
Division 4, number 1 seed, Racine St. Catherine's versus Aquinas. That game's in Madison. No local teams in D5 to Division 6. Lomira has Bellevue. That game's in Oconomowoc. And finally to Division 7. Number 1, Kenosha St. Joe's versus Potosi Cassville in Madison. Best of luck to all of our area teams as all those games kick off 7 p.m. on Friday.
Keep the elements out of your home with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We had howling wind coming through. The rooms were freezing. We were very apprehensive about changing them because we were worried about losing the charm of the home. We went with Pella because we knew that they had an amazing reputation. We knew that they were going to have the windows that would look like they've been there forever, but with all the functionality that a window should have.
Order from Pella today and get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2024.
A lot of negative criticism has come from the fact that we voice our own radio ads. You sound unprofessional, you sound like you're from the UP, you sound like a couple of dopey farmers. All the comments we've had.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
We don't want to sound like everybody else. We don't want to sound super professional. We want to sound like who we are, and this is who we are.
You know, I take things personally a lot faster than what you do. I get all bent out of shape about it, and you're just like, don't worry about it. That's just one person's opinion, you know. And in reality, you're right.
It's not about them liking us. It's about us being who we are.
You know, we want to have good furniture, goes into the home, makes for a happy customer for a long time, and at the same time, we want to have good employees. We want to take care of our employees. We want to support the local craftsmen so they can support their families and their communities. It's what we do.
See more at pennymustard.com.
Like us or hate us, it's what we do.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. There are Bartolotta gift cards available. You can purchase yours at bartolottas.com, Debbie.
Okay, well, southbound on 43, backing up from Bender Road down to Capitol Drive. We've got eastbound 94 right about at 84th Street, left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. Looks like it's a Jeep, so careful with that. We got the westbound side slowing down from about 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And then northbound 41 backing up out of the zoo in pockets all the way up past Watertown Plank Road. And the southbound side right past Appleton Avenue, then from Silver Spring to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Becoming mostly cloudy today, breezy with some evening rain, a high of 53. Tonight, that rain likely, mild, a low of 48. Thursday, showers early on, otherwise cloudy tomorrow, high of 54. Friday, 53. The weekend, partly cloudy on Saturday, high of 55. Sunday, cloudy with a slight chance for showers and a high of 58. The forecast sponsored by Daydre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition.
Idea Man.
When you go out to dinner or a big lunch and you say it's a birthday, is there an expectation that there is a dessert coming?
Innovative.
I kind of gave a look like, hey, it's his birthday. And the guy's like, oh, cool.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
And then as we come, he goes, you guys want anything else? And I'm like, nope, we're good. And he brings the bill, and that's the end of the day. And I just was thinking to myself, that is really weird.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Fellow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. He forgot she dumped him, and it worked out. Got one for you today, Tausch.
All right.
So let me set it up for you. This is either a love story for the ages and something that will be the likes of a Hallmark movie somewhere down the road, or the greatest ruse and comeback following a breakup of all time. New York Post reports. Couple in Utah. They've been dating for a while. She breaks up with him and gives him the standard, it's not you, it's me.
You're giving me the it's not you, it's me routine?
Okay, so she said, just got a lot of things going in life. I don't have room for this relationship. They break up. She dumps him.
I am breaking up with you.
Okay. Next day, dude goes skiing. Remember, they're Utah, so big time downhill skiing. Tries a trick on the slopes and knocks himself out cold.
Ooh.
Ends up in the hospital, severe concussion. Texts girl to come pick him up. She obliges, as she said, well, we did say we still wanted to be friends, so I guess like he needed a friend. So fast forward. They keep hanging out for weeks, presumably according to the girl, as friends. Girl realizes in this interim period that she still loves him and says, maybe we should get back together. To which dude responds, what do you mean back together? We broke up?
He didn't remember.
Quickly summarizing here, but basically, dude claims he had no recollection of that breakup conversation the day prior to the concussion, just continued as status quo, and in the interim, she realizes he's the one.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. They got married.
So, a lot of things to unpack there. Because, I think when you look at this thing, whole picture, there's deception. There's, I guess, questions I would have for her is, yes, you're dating someone, you break up, and something tragic happens, obviously, with the concussion and the skiing accident. You're the person that they call, or you go and you take care of it. And then how do you pull back from that situation? And do you really think that she believed he didn't know? So there's like 15 things, but when it comes down to it, this is a great love story, and I do believe I'm on board with the whole thing. It sounds like he loved her. She didn't know how good she had it until he was fully concussed. And as someone that had dealt with concussions, you want someone that will stick with you when times get a little tricky. And if it so happens like that movie with Sandler and you have to continue to reprove your love every day, which isn't the case here, I think it's a great love story. I don't think this is creepy. I'm on board. I hope Hallmark, or what's the other station that does all those holiday movies? There's Hallmark, and we'll stick with Hallmark. I think it's a great love story. I'm on board.
So you, as you mentioned, as a person who's been concussed, can you possibly imagine, like, dude just had no recollection of, like, I broke up with you?
No. But in fairness, my concussions that I had were not to that degree, and I'm not going to try and act like that couldn't happen, because in this world everything can happen. But for it to play out the way it has, there's something doesn't seem 100% right. But if it was that big of a kick, did she make sure he got the note or that message? And then did he go out and was he super risky? Did he set this up to get her back?
Yes.
And play it that way? I think that's an angle we maybe haven't looked at. Is this guy playing chess, and she was playing checkers, and she fell for the old castle move, and then she fell back and she fell in love with him again?
Checkmate.
I'll show her. I'll get hurt on the ski slopes, and then
I'll have a major concussion, and I'll act like nothing ever happened.
I was going to say, it's worth a shot. Anyone who's ever getting stumped now, they should at least try this once. Not the concussion, but the
Eric, isn't this a better, because listen, my wife loves the Hallmark love movies, and now my daughter is a big fan of them. If you pull up your like DVR, and you'll see, and there's, what the heck is this? She starts taping every Hallmark loves, and everyone comes down to, I could kind of give you a quick synopsis. I'm not a monster fan, but I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the holiday season. I'll watch one. It's fun. Here's the main gist of these stories. Good-looking high school quarterback moves back into town.
Yep.
Young lady that they were in high school. She owns a coffee shop. He's selling Christmas trees. They accidentally bump into each other, and bam, there's your movie.
You can.
This is a lot better plot twist than that.
High school quarterback takes over the family hardware store business, whatever. She goes off to New York to be some sort of fancy executive, but has to come in for a funeral or a wedding or something, and just happens to drop in the old general store there on Main Street.
Yep.
Gotta go get some screws and bolts to put that tree up, and the next thing you know, you're coming over for Christmas and they get married 6 months later.
All right, well,
but they never go. I don't know how many of these Hallmark movies ends up on like the divorce court TV show like that. Ooh. They should, if they're smart, they would start like sequeling them in. And when you get into like that divorce, I don't know if there's a divorce season, but April, May, and just kind of streamline the whole deal.
Those would be on a different channel. Thanks, Tausch.
Yeah, for sure.
You're giving me the "it's not you, it's me" routine?
Do you know how taxes will impact your golden years? I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Proper tax planning can make all the difference in your retirement savings. Without the right strategy, taxes can take a big bite out of your hard-earned nest egg. We can help you maximize your retirement income and keep more of what you earned. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be low forever. At Drake & Associates, we focus on helping you navigate the complexities of tax laws to ensure your financial future is secure. Don't let taxes derail your retirement dreams. Call us or text TAX to 414-409-9982. That's TAX to 414-409-9982.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Wednesday, November 13th. Our top story, a big meeting at the Oval Office.
I'm Erik Bilstad, and talking UAPs on Capitol Hill.
I'm Debbie Laziga. Trouble in the Zoo interchange on the ramp from northbound 894 northbound straight through. We've got a crash off on the right shoulder. We've also got a broken down vehicle eastbound 94 at 84th Street blocking the left lane. And then we've also got one off the freeway, Highway 18 westbound at Elm Grove Road. got the right shoulder blocked with a crash there. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Turning mostly cloudy today, breezy as well with evening rain at a high of 53 degrees. Rain likely overnight. Tonight's low down to 48. Right now at 46 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Meeting at the White House today. President Biden bringing in President-elect Donald Trump.
President Biden and President-elect Trump will sit down together in the Oval Office this morning, a meeting the White House says is part of the peaceful transfer of power from one administration to the next. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on the president's goal.
He wants to show the American people that the system works.
A meeting like this did not happen 4 years ago after Biden beat Trump. Trump did not extend an invitation for a White House visit as he questioned and challenged the election results. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Meanwhile, the president-elect continues to fill out his administration with nominees. The latest name added to the list is Fox News host and veteran Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense.
Hegseth is known to Fox viewers as the Fox and Friends weekend host. He's also, and this is important to note, across these picks, is the fact that he is a Trump loyalist. He was someone who's been on the campaign trail with Donald Trump. He's been at rallies. He's someone who is lockstep with this new incoming administration.
That's CBS political director Finn Gomez. President-elect Trump also announcing plans for a new agency called the Department of Government Efficiency. It would focus on regulating federal spending. It would be led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Meanwhile, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has been tapped for Homeland Security Secretary.
Senate Republicans choosing a new leader, and the winner could have a big impact on President-elect Trump's agenda. Senators John Cornyn, John Thune, and Rick Scott all vying to become majority leader. Nicole Killian from CBS News.
A changing of the guard as GOP senators elect a new leader to succeed Kentucky Republican Mitch McConnell, the longest-serving party leader in U.S. history. Earlier this year, McConnell announced he would step down from leadership, setting off an intense three-way battle to replace him between Senators Rick Scott, John Cornyn, and John Thune.
Party in control of the House not yet determined. Republicans appear to be poised to control both legislative chambers on their way to gaining a slim majority in the House, but not all those races projected yet.
Also happening today, while the president-elect in Washington meets with House Republicans, unidentified anomalous phenomena will also be the talk of Capitol Hill. Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman tells Wisconsin's Morning News just moments ago that today's House Oversight Committee hearing will examine the Department of Defense's reluctance to declassify material on UAPs.
There are too many unusual things going on. The government admits they're unusual, be they drones, be they spacecraft that responsible people have talked about seeing, and they're saying they can't talk about it.
Government officials, military experts, and even some whistleblowers are expected to testify today.
Here at home, Wisconsin U.S. Senate challenger Erik Hovde still deciding what to do after last week's election. The incumbent, Senator Tammy Baldwin, was projected to win Wisconsin after Milwaukee's absentee ballots were added to the total count early in the morning the day following the election.
While I'm deeply concerned, asking for a recount is a serious decision that requires careful consideration. Further, there are meaningful limits on a recount because they don't look at the integrity of a ballot.
Wisconsin law does not allow for an automatic recount, but if it remains within the margin of 1%, challenger Hovde can request a recount at his expense.
At the airport,
we're going to need assistance with cleaning up a pretty big fuel spill. I got 2 dump trucks full of oil drag coming out.
An overnight accident during a training session at Milwaukee Mitchell International leads to several injuries and a fuel spill. Airport officials tell WTMJ the accident involved a piece of snow removal equipment which tipped over a truck and caused a fuel spill. 2 airport maintenance workers suffered minor injuries. They should be okay. Airport officials say the fuel spill was contained and cleaned up by airport fire crews at the scene.
Coming up, some new shocking twists in the search for a missing Wisconsin kayaker. Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. Now that we're into the holiday season, it's time to celebrate with new lights and ceiling fans. And our huge award-winning showroom displays hundreds of the best quality lights and fans. There's not a brand we can't get, and our prices are the lowest, even lower than online. I guarantee it. And our knowledgeable staff is always here to assist you in making the right choices. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including antiques, collectibles, fun for the kids, and our famous free popcorn. We are open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Saturday Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
A shocking twist to a missing Wisconsin kayaker case. Investigators in Green Lake County now believe that Ryan Borgward faked his own death and left the country after meeting a woman online. 45-year-old father of three reported missing after kayaking back in August. Now, Borgward's car and trailer were parked near the banks of Green Lake. His kayak found tipped over in the water.
The man whose company helped with the search effort on Green Lake for that man has mixed feelings about the shocking new development in that case.
Search and rescue expert Keith Corbican spent 23 days inspecting Green Lake. When he didn't find the missing kayaker, he started to question his abilities.
I've been pretty successful, and then when you have a situation like this where you work so hard at it, I started second-guessing myself.
He finds relief knowing investigators now believe the father of three faked his own death, but he also feels for the family.
It's very disappointing and heartbreaking to see the family put through something dramatic as this.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
After more than 5 years of rebuilding and restorations, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is set to reopen. Officials say there's going to be a big ceremony to welcome back people next month. And that's the first Mass held at the Notre Dame Cathedral is scheduled for December 8th. ABC's Tom Soufi-Burridge.
There is an air of anticipation, a lot of excitement sort of swirling around this incredible cathedral, Notre Dame, which really is going to reopen pretty soon, in less than a month. We now know that the major works will be over in less than 2 weeks, and then President Macron of France is due to visit the building. There's scaffolding up on the other side. They are still doing some work, but really we're into that kind of final countdown.
So it's going to be a whole week of celebrations there, including that ceremony to return Notre Dame into service. This morning, the church is telling everyone that the cathedral will be a formidable symbol of hope and unity.
Coming up, a plan to save more lives and a call to help. That story next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for QC Kinetics. Man, you know how that feels when you have to go and start raking all the leaves. It's not even having to do the raking, it's knowing how you're going to feel after you're done. Shoulder's been barking for what seems to be months, even years probably, and you haven't gotten that taken care of because you don't want the surgery, you don't want the painkillers, you don't want the shots. Well, there is another way. There's QC Kinetics, an all-natural approach that harnesses your body's own healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain, whether it's your shoulders, your hips, your knees, whatever it might be. QC Kinetics, a non-surgical regenerative treatment. Call QC Kinetics today. They got a location in Mequon. They got one in Greenfield. You can meet them on a Saturday and talk to their local clinicians to get yourself a consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Al Leidinger, president of Matheson Manufacturing, needed better document imaging technology rather badly. Then came a James Imaging Systems sales representative to the rescue.
Tammy Oliver actually walked in the door one day and introduced herself and showed us the new features that the Toshiba had compared to our old copier. So we ended up signing up with them.
Now, after the sale, is your James Imaging Systems sales rep's customer service meeting your expectations?
Yes, she still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better support, amazing people.
There's a true personal relationship, and we've been very happy with them.
Less than happy with your current document imaging vendor? Make the switch to James Imaging Systems. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:11.
Okay, well, we still have a few accidents to deal with right now. First of all, on Highway 18 westbound, right about at Elm Grove Road, got an accident off on the right shoulder. And onto the freeway, broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane on eastbound 94, right about at 84th Street. So that's going to be causing some headaches. We've also got an accident in the Zoo interchange, northbound 41, right at 894 northbound, so straight through on the left shoulder. Watch out for those backups there. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Turning mostly cloudy today, breezy. Could see some rain starting this evening, a high of 53. Tonight, rain is likely, mild, a low of 48. Thursday, rain early on, otherwise cloudy, 54. Friday, 53. Saturday, 55 degrees. Sunday, another slight chance for showers on Sunday and a high of 58. It's 8:12.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
So glad you're with us. Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. Erik Bilstad, Vince Vitrano here, taking you till 9 o'clock, and then we give way to Steve Scafidi. Want to begin our segment this hour by playing the words of Milwaukee's fire chief from earlier this year. Words that I remember when I heard them, and they sent a chill up my spine.
I am telling you, we were probably 30 seconds away from talking about planning a firefighter funeral.
30 seconds away from planning a firefighter funeral. Chief Aaron Lipsky talking about a blaze that had spread to 3 homes on Milwaukee's near south side early April morning. One woman was indeed killed, and firefighter Ryan McMenamin had been trapped inside one of those burning homes. Fortunately, Chief Lipsky did not have to plan a firefighter funeral, and Ryan is here to tell his story. He is going to walk us through that alongside Chief Lipsky. We have Ryan McMenamin in studio. Thanks so much to have you both here today. Ryan, great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. Things have been awesome, and the healing process has been amazing.
Well, you look fantastic. I understand you're on the job, limited to some degree at this point, but you're going to be back out there knocking down doors and putting out flames?
That's correct. We've been doing some training burns, make sure that all the skin grafts are healed up and doing good, and hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks I should be back online in the field.
So before we get into the call for help here from folks and how people can contribute to the efforts to train more firefighters to save more lives, to whatever degree you're comfortable, Ryan, can you take us back to that morning, how you became trapped in this home as you were trying to save lives, and what you remember about, how close you came?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was early morning. It was just before 5 a.m. Sunday morning on April 14th. We got a call for a structure fire. We were the first truck that was due to that fire off 8th Street between Hayes and Arthur. When we arrived on scene, we had fire in a vacant building, and there was occupants in the building next door, which was an exposure to that. And we wanted to make sure that those people were out. We were able to go in and get one gentleman out. We walked him out. My partner went upstairs to look for his wife, who was on the second floor. When we came back in, we had pretty significant fire changes. And the captain went up, and he was able to find her. Had some trouble getting her down. Me and my other partner went in, and we tried to assist him. With the fire changes, they changed dramatically while we were downstairs. When we got on scene, I remember seeing a window on the second floor in the front, and the room that we were in started to flash over. We got separated. I was able to make it upstairs into the attic area. Little did I know that the window had been plywooded over, and due to some of the injuries that I had sustained downstairs, my gloves were starting to shrink. I had burns on my hands, so I didn't have a lot of dexterity. So trying to knock that window out was not an easy task, but we had a ton of great people there that morning that were able to get ladders up. They were able to get me down the ladders. I believe I was trapped on the second floor for about 9.5 minutes. I did receive burns, about 23% of my body, pretty much a lot of my backside. I had 3 surgeries with skin grafts done that are healing phenomenal. The staff at St. Mary's did a phenomenal job, and my home health care nurses did a phenomenal job, and had a ton of great support from the fire department, the crew I was with that day, my regular firehouse, my family, my girlfriend, and all of our family. And it's been a pretty amazing process, but we're ready to start getting back to work.
How you feeling, though? How you feeling?
Generally with my hands.
Yeah, but how are you feeling?
All right, so I guess you're okay.
Thank you, so you're good.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
but traumatic, obviously. I can't imagine what those 9 minutes were like.
It didn't seem like 9 minutes, but it was a longer time. But mentally, like I've come to terms with a lot of things. We were able to go through and review the fire, and there was a lot of things that I had questions on that were able to be answered by other people on the call from our after action review that the department did, which they did an absolute phenomenal job. And that's going to help us grow, get better, and try and prevent as much as we can. Obviously, the job that we're in has a lot of unknowns and variables, and we try to prepare for as much as we can, but every day there's something new. So,
Talking with Milwaukee firefighter Ryan McMenamin, who came pretty close in that blaze in spring, bringing in Chief Aaron Lipsky. Chief, probably for most of us, our extent of firefighting knowledge extends to what we see on TV in the drama shows. But boy, this was a real-life close call. I know you don't often speak in hyperbole. To say that Ryan here was that close to not making it out, that's significant.
Absolutely. I have to tell you that, I sit and I listen to him retell this story. When you review and you listen to the radio transmissions from that morning, what Ryan was experiencing and what he was able to communicate on the radio about where he was and what his situation was, and some of the partners on that scene who had been through the training that we'll talk about shortly, it is unbelievable that Ryan in his situation and partners who are stuck, there's this wall of fire between them and a whole bunch of other unknowns, that they were able to have these communications, and that information is so important at those moments. The tactical activities, the things you have to do to get to Ryan and to get him out the window. Ryan's a big boy here, right? And this took a ton of not just action on that day, but training and preparation and experience to get everybody in line to get him out alive. It was that close.
Do you remember the first time you saw him after they got him out and what you said to him?
I do. He had been rushed to a paramedic unit by the time I got there, so then I checked everybody else on the scene. I went to the hospital, and Ryan was laying on his back in the emergency room, if you don't mind my sharing.
Absolutely.
And I put my face so he could see my face, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Chief." I said, the dumbest question in the world at that moment, "How you doing?"
Yeah.
And he looked up at me, and this is when I knew he was going to be okay. He goes, "Hey, Chief, they saved my moneymaker." And he
the face.
He points to his face, and I was like, okay, he's gonna pull through here. But I mean, it ended up being a bit way more serious than that. But I mean, that's Ryan. Ryan is the firefighter's firefighter. He comes from a family of proud firefighters, and would give you the shirt off his back, right? But to see him in that situation, we knew we have to start fixing this in a very huge way.
Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky and firefighter Ryan McMenamin in studio with us here on Wisconsin's Morning News. So to that end, Chief, this rapid intervention team that was able to help save Ryan's life in this situation, these are firefighters that receive special training for exactly these types of scenarios?
That's correct. We have training that Ryan's father, Tom McMenamin, is a lieutenant, retired from the Milwaukee Fire Department, and he went down and got this training many, many years ago. He's now an instructor down there. This is at the Illinois Fire Service Institute in Champaign, Illinois. And what this training is a week of basically kind of full immersion, high stress, high heat, live action, just over and over. It's like from Navy SEAL training, like a hell week. You just are in it for a week straight. And they constantly are pushing you physically and mentally and psychologically through these different scenarios. And they're training you the entire time. I was through the training about 17 years ago. Ryan has been through the training. Some of the individuals who were key in his rescue had been through that training, and you can hear that on the radio. This is training that, quite honestly, I think every firefighter should go through it. It's extremely expensive, time intensive. It's far away, etc. But it's that important that it's something we're pushing to get as many members down to as possible.
Before we get to how people can help in that effort, Ryan, you heard the chief say it's your dad who runs this type of training. What was that first conversation you had with your father after this and after the training that he helped guys learn saved your life?
So this is a subject that we've talked about. My dad and my brother both teach down there. And so there's a lot of dinners that we talk about firefighting stuff. And there really wasn't a whole lot of talking. I think we were all under the same consensus that the training worked out. And it's, the proof is in the pudding. And when I went down, I was actually with the first group of Milwaukee firefighters that went down. And the amount of training that you get, like Chief Lipsky said, is just phenomenal for tactical, but the mindset area is, I think, where they really excel with training under the high heat, high intensity. It's hard to really replicate that, and it truly made a difference for me, and it made a difference with the folks that were on scene. So it was well worth every single penny in my mind.
Firefighter Ryan McMenamin from the Milwaukee Fire Department, Chief Aaron Lipsky with us in studio. I want to take a quick break and then talk about an initiative that Chief Lipsky would like to move forward with and how he needs your help. We'll do that next on Wisconsin's Morning News. Quick update on the roads here, Deb.
All right, we got an issue on 894 eastbound coming out of the Hale interchange. Looks like we got the right lane blocked with a broken down semi, so watch out for the delays heading through the Hale. We've also got this accident northbound through the Zoo interchange, left shoulder blocked there, and the earlier issue at 84th Street on 94 eastbound was a broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane. That has been cleared out of the way. Delays still sticking around all the way through the Stadium interchange all the way to about 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The news you need to know.
From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, one person is now confirmed dead in a crash involving multiple vehicles and a school bus.
A Milwaukee Buck star is searching for answers today after his house was burglarized over the weekend.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty every weekday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Not the extension of pumpkin spice season. No, it is not a maple cold foam cold brew with artichoke.
Ding, 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 ding.
On Wisconsin's Midday News.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
KC and the Sunshine Band, doing it World Tour 2025. March 6th, Riverside Theater. KC and the Sunshine Band with all their hits. On sale Friday, November 15th at 10 a.m. at PapsTheaterGroup.com.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
The historic Fox and Hounds restaurant in Hubertus is hiring bussers, food expos, and food runners. Start next week. Parents, tell your kids, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Year-end tax planning can sound daunting. Annex Wealth Management CEO Dave Spano and Director of Financial Planning Erik Strom and I reviewed what tasks you should be prioritizing and what might require attention in this election year in an Annex Wealth Management webinar. You can watch it now. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page on WTMJ.com to listen back. 8:26 on Wisconsin's Morning News. In studio, Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky and firefighter Ryan McMenamin. Ryan, in a spring fire earlier this year, had become trapped in a burning house, was rescued in part by a rapid intervention team. And Chief, what you would like to do is get more people, not just from MFD, but from suburban communities as well, to get this special training, which you mentioned is fairly costly.
Absolutely. We work so well with all of our partners throughout Milwaukee County and beyond, quite frankly, but we got to kind of start as, somewhat local. We want to get as many firefighters from throughout the county to get down to this training. And the training is very costly. A lot of staff there to pull it off safely and effectively, a lot of supplies, et cetera. So we've got a couple of things going on. First off, this Saturday at House of Harley, which is 6221 West Layton, right around 11 o'clock, it'll get underway. There's a chili contest, a chili cook-off contest, and a bunch of fire stations from around the county are coming in with their best and hottest chili. You'll be able to go around and sample it. That's a great fundraiser, family-friendly. Everybody can come on in, and we'd love to see a good turnout there. It's going to be
a number of events at House of Harley. I can tell you they're not very much fun. Oh my God, my goodness. That's going to be a blast.
Yeah, aside from the fact that everything they do is perfect, right. What's not to like them?
No, they put on a great show. So that, again, let me get to the deets on that. Saturday, November 16th. So that's this week, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's the chili cook-off. They're asking for a $12 minimum donation at the door, and that will benefit this rapid intervention training. And you going to be out there, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm going to try and make it out there. Yep.
Nice. All right. So go out there and shake Ryan's hand as well. And then something else you're doing, Chief, to help raise money as well for this.
So we've got this one's aimed a little bit more at our generous corporate types. This next Thursday, November 21st, 5:30 p.m. at everybody's favorite steakhouse, Carnivore, on North Milwaukee Street, 718 North Milwaukee. We're having a sit-down dinner where, and I'll get you the flyers if you gentlemen wouldn't mind getting that on your website so people know how to get signed up for this. Obviously, we're trying to raise funds with this, but Ryan is going to be present. I'll be present, and Battalion Chief Brian McNulty will be present. And we're going to hear some of the recordings from the actual incident, and Ryan will relate some of what he was experiencing in real time there. And in this, we're trying to have a real connection with the community about the very real hazards, but the very real solutions that can come from this training. So we're putting out an all call. If anybody's listening, talk to your bosses. Please sign up. Come on in. Again, the training is very expensive. This meal is a chance to connect with the actual person who was pivotal in his own rescue. Make no mistake. So that's coming up on Thursday.
I'm glad you said that, Chief, because Ryan, that was the part that I wanted to just double back on, that you've been through the training, and not only did those who were through the training save your life, but you going through the training yourself helped save your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of things that you learn in the training about, like looking at the building, being able to try to put yourself in a better space, and make sure that you're communicating clearly, which I got to at a certain point.
Yeah.
Not so much right away, but it's was such a pivotal training to be able to not have to think about things, that they kind of help program your mind so that you're able to do it in those high intensity moments.
So when you returned to work, how many beers did you have to buy those guys and gals who saved your life?
We'll leave that unsaid.
All right, as we wrap up, most real fire show on TV right now.
Ooh, good
or
question.
no, never mind most real. Which one do you all watch?
Well, so on that note, obviously you can see they're all very realistic, but we're better looking.
That's
Absolutely,
true.
right. Much better looking.
I would say my favorite fire show that ever was on, it's not on anymore, it was on HBO, I think, was Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. There was a lot of realism in the relationships on that show that you just can't capture on primetime.
Yeah. But it happens every now and then. You got to take the ladder truck out, and there's somebody up on top who is, doing various things. That happens all the time, doesn't it?
Oh,
right.
only on Tuesdays.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up and leave it there. Chief Aaron Lipsky, firefighter Ryan McMenamin. Ryan, so glad you're doing well. Appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you for all the support.
And we'll continue to get all those details for the multiple fundraisers up on our website so we can get more folks the rapid intervention training. 8:31 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Volkswagen. Experience amazing savings this holiday season at Hall Volkswagen with their exciting Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. This is your chance to elevate your driving experience with the sophisticated new Tiguan, all while enjoying the unbeatable offer of no money due at signing. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to create unforgettable holiday memories on the road. It's Hall Volkswagen, and it's all good.
Is this Valerie?
Yes, it is.
Valerie, today is a very, very special day for you. This is Joe, the owner of Sidex, calling from the WTMJ studios downtown, and you are the winner of our creepiest tub and shower contest.
Oh, my God, that's great.
I'm so excited that I'm personally going to come over and help you design the bathroom of your dreams.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited now.
Well, from the Sidex family to your family, we are so excited, and congratulations, Valerie.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
This traffic report is brought to you by Harwood Place Retirement Living in Wauwatosa. Located in the heart of Wauwatosa, Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing are changing the face of how to live your golden years. Visit harwoodplace.org.
8:34. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, November 13th, our top story. An abandoned child on the side of the freeway.
I'm Erik Bilstad. Another illness pops up.
I'm Debbie Loziga, 894 eastbound, right coming out of the Hale interchange. We got the right lane blocked with a disabled semi. Now, this is backing things up through the Hale onto the Rock Freeway northbound, so careful with that. We've also got this accident in the Zoo interchange heading straight through on northbound, so just watch out for that. The rest of the system, we got delays as usual, 76th Street all the way through to 35th on the eastbound side. Westbound's actually looking pretty good. And southbound 43, heavy from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Turning mostly cloudy today, breezy, and this evening some rain. High of 53 degrees, rain likely overnight, low down to 48. Right now, Milwaukee at 46. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, woman accused of abandoning her 12-year-old son on the side of I-94 in Waukesha County, now facing charges.
Flor Escalante is alleged to have been arguing with her child over grades and school progress before then making the boy get out of her car on the side of the freeway at Brookfield Road Thursday evening and then driving away. Deputies say they found the child crying on the shoulder of the road that evening. Escalante is charged with child abandonment as well as child neglect. She's currently out on a $500 signature bond. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A 16-year-old is dead after a shooting late Tuesday. This happened near 27th and Oklahoma on Milwaukee's south side. Now, police haven't said what led up to that shooting. As of now, no one in custody.
Meanwhile, child injured by gunfire after a separate shooting Tuesday, 47th and Hope, Milwaukee's north side. Victims include an 8-year-old, a 27-year-old, and a 32-year-old, all expected to survive. Milwaukee police say the shooting was the result of an argument. They're still looking for suspects.
President-elect Donald Trump's plane is on the ground in Washington, D.C., where he'll meet with House Republicans. Also, he'll meet with President Biden later this morning. Among the talk on Washington, Capitol Hill this morning, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman telling Wisconsin's Morning News that today's House Oversight Committee hearing is going to examine the Department of Defense's reluctance to declassify material on UAPs.
There are too many unusual things going on. The government admits they're unusual, be they drones, be they spacecraft that responsible people have talked about seeing, and they're saying they can't talk about it.
Government officials, military experts, even whistleblowers are expected to testify.
Peak year for walking pneumonia. Just as the name implies, it's oftentimes a chest cold that doesn't require hospitalization or more than a few days of bed rest. The president and CEO of the Medical College of Wisconsin, Dr. John Raymond, telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
It's not a virus. It's a bacteria. But unlike most bacteria, mycoplasma do not have cell walls. And that's important because many common antibiotics aren't effective against mycoplasma because they attack the cell wall.
Symptoms include sore throat, headache, mild fever, especially a persistent dry cough.
If you know anyone who lives in Waterford, they could be a $2 million millionaire now. Jennifer Barker purchasing a winning Cash Explosion scratch game lotto ticket from the Quick Trip at Highway 100 in Lapham in West Dallas. She's from Waterford. She bought the ticket in West Dallas. The game's first top prize winner since it launched in August. The West Dallas Quick Trip will also receive a $40,000 incentive for selling that ticket. And
You
by
had me
the
excited
way,
for a moment.
Yeah.
You said if you know someone, I got family in Waterford.
No, it's Jennifer. Do you know Jennifer?
No, man, that's not her.
It is the third winning lotto ticket, by the way. This year, the third winning lotto ticket sold at that Quick Trip in West Dallas.
That's going to become a magnet. People are going to go there now. That's the lucky stop. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The opening bell minutes ago, and the Dow was off and running up nearly 50 points to 43,961. The S&P 500 at 5988. That is up about 5 points, and the NASDAQ up as well, up 13 to 19,294. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:38. Coming up on the ground in Washington. Did you wake up with joint pain? Does it hurt doing routine activities? How are those knees feeling? Or have you been told it's hip replacement time? WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. You deserve a life of comfort, not a life of repeated steroid shots that cause long-term damage. It's time to check out QC Kinetics. They'll walk you through the proper diagnostics for a non-surgical regenerative treatment. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your body's own healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. Yes, you can have real, lasting relief from joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Learn about your options. Call QC Kinetics. Consultations are free with Saturday appointments available at locations in Greenfield and Mequon. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
At 8:40, what's happening on the morning drive, Deb?
Well, we're still dealing with this broken down semi stuck on 894 eastbound just as you're getting out of the Hale interchange. It's actually affecting your ride on the back onto the Rock Freeway, so you'll start seeing delays around Highway 100 all the way through the interchange itself. We've also got an accident straight through northbound in the Zoo interchange, and this is off on the left shoulder, so a bit of a tight squeeze through there. Eastbound 94 backing up from about 76th Street to 35th. Southbound 43 still kind of heavy from just south of Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Oh, yeah. 8:41 at Wisconsin's Morning News. Breaking news, Trump Force One on the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews, and it appears the president-elect has gotten in the motorcade to be on his way to Washington, meeting today with GOP leadership in Congress and also with President Biden.
Yeah, before he gets to the White House, he'll speak with Republicans. In fact, we spoke with Congressman Glenn Grothman an hour ago about a committee hearing that he's holding today. And he said, he's like, yeah, before I got that hearing, though, I got to go meet the president-elect again. So busy day on Capitol Hill. So, yes, then Trump will end up at the White House, where there will be time with President Biden.
Despite their bitter rivalry, the White House is adamant that the American people need to see this, that this meeting is critical to underscoring the importance of a peaceful transition of power. As President Biden has said, this is how democracy works. Now, the president is also likely to use this opportunity to impress upon his successor several key issues, including the fight for Ukraine.
It's ABC's Mary Bruce. Yeah, it's not going to be just like, yeah, well, they moved the copy machine. It used to be here. Now they moved it down the hall. It's an actual... They plan on talking a little bit about some of the policy and some of the, especially the things happening overseas. Try to get to some of that.
I like that picture that you paint of Trump walking into the Oval going, where's the, this used to be over here. What, you moved this
They
here?
moved it. They moved it. They liked it better in this other spot. So that's why it's there now. Yeah, they're going to walk through that process a little bit. Who knows? I mean, you could argue it's kind of a photo op, and I think what the White House is trying to do also, I mean, could also argue it's a little passive-aggressive. It's a, hey, here's what you should have done 4 years ago for me, but you didn't. I think all of that is at play. We do know that Melania Trump not expected to be there. The incoming First Lady said, nah, I don't need to come and meet with the current First Lady, Jill Biden. And you would think, like, yeah, that's fine. You don't need to do every photo op that is available to you.
Never gotten the sense that this was her favorite thing to do.
In fact,
former First Lady, now incoming First Lady Melania Trump, that like this is what my husband does, like decorating trees in the White House and doing these other things. Like, they're not my passion. It's not my interest.
There are reports that she doesn't intend on spending much time at the White House, even during his term.
So that would be a change of things as well. Yeah. But again, the President-elect Trump on his way to Capitol Hill now as we speak, as he landed at Joint Base Andrews within the hour. 8:44 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Anyway, let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 1.1 to 2 ounce McCormick Pure Vanilla Extract or Ground Nutmeg, $3.99. 12-pack can selected varieties Super Chill Soda, $4.79. 12.5 to 20 ounce selected varieties Rana Pasta or Sauce, $5.99. 10 to 13 ounce selected varieties Marie Calendar Bowls or Pot Pies, 2 for $4.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
We're free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by January 8th.
Sports is such an important part about so many of our lives. Vince Vitrano for my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether we're talking about one of the young athletes in your home or folks who just enjoy sports on the weekend, tennis, golf, pickleball, lawn wars, for example, you just want to stay in the game. And if an injury is keeping you out, these are the docs that can guide your comeback. Now, consider Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, that New Berlin location. You can't miss it. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've driven by. It's the OAW Indoor Sports Complex. And right there, the team also offers what they call back-to-sport testing and services for all your physical therapy needs. So if you're recovering from injury or getting set to make your triumphant return, whatever that may be, OAW has a team of skilled therapists to help you every step of the way. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online or at orthowisconsin.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
.47 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Some new information and perspective on our missing kayaker who, well, while he is still missing, he ain't dead.
Right. Ryan Borkwart, the guy from the Watertown area who went missing while kayaking in August at Green Lake. So this is in Green Lake County. They searched and searched for him, found his kayak, found wallet, keys, all these different things, but never found him. Well, it turns out, according to the Green Lake County Sheriff, that the man himself is likely living in Europe right now. They believe he snuck into Canada, actually using his passport, the day after he went missing, and then after that ultimately made it to Uzbekistan where he met a woman. Now, when we were talking to Dr. Ken Harris of 101.7 The Truth, former Milwaukee police lieutenant, about this, a couple of things. He said, first of all, faking your death is not as hard as you think, because we wondered, we're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Like, he's got 3 kids. He's got a wife. Like, what in the world? Why not just divorce? He goes, well, there's obviously a lot of other things at play that we likely don't know about. But actually faking your death, not that difficult in certain respects. His point was that it's more difficult to stay hidden than it would be to necessarily get off the grid.
I think what's interesting is he pulled off the initial, which is left the car, left the keys, left the wallet.
Somehow
right.
made it to Canada.
Right, but you're thinking like, all of those indications that you look like, because if you got an overturned kayak, but the car's gone and the wallet's gone, like, nah, something's suspicious here. But so the scene looked well preserved and well staged, but it was the financial stuff. It's the computer records that Ken says, no, we can always find that.
So why do you do it? Is it really just falling in love with a woman you met online? Are you catfish? What could it be? Well, interesting theory from Ken himself. Here's what he said earlier this morning on the program.
Personally, I think he's been radicalized.
Meaning
that he met somebody and it was a honey trap and, oh, we love each other, but you don't really know her because you've never met her
Or she may not even be.
She might have made a trip over here, and you all met, and then she went back, and now she wants you to come. It could be a series of, incidences that we don't know about. But I think in the end, he's probably radicalized.
I mean, how do we know that he's even alive, depending on what went down or who he was interacting with? You have no idea.
Did you get the sense that Ken meant radicalized as in perhaps by a terror network? Or you hear of that from time to time, they'll work somebody over online and bring them over with various promises and then have that person become a part of the group.
I think that's generally where we've been using that term of late, but I don't think that's necessarily the only definition of radicalized, that it has to be a terrorist.
That someone got inside his head and convinced him of things that otherwise he might not have come up with on his own.
It really didn't make any sense. You heard the sheriff speak on this on Friday, and the sheriff was like, come home. I had to tell his wife and kids, no, the man you thought was dead is still alive, and faked it. Like that. And imagine being told that your loved one actually, did not perish, that your loved one did this intentionally.
And I thought it was interesting also what Dr. Ken said about whether or not any crimes were committed. Maybe if there was financial fraud or anything like that, and you'd have to have a full revelation of all the financial records and what was done. But outside of that, it's not illegal to just wander off.
Right. You're right.
Right. So what ability would the government have, would authorities have to bring him back here if even they do ever find him?
And you could argue restitution for the amount of time spent looking for him. Well, we pose that to the law enforcement official too, and he goes, well, they were just doing their job. That's their job. So Ken kind of threw a little bit of water on that idea too, that they could force him back and demand all types of money to be.
You think
repaid.
they find him? Or he turns up somewhere?
Oh, yes, only because the world ain't that big. But here's why they wouldn't. Because there's no one looking for him. It's not like the CIA, unless there's something we don't know about, or the U.S. Marshals, or anyone's searching Uzbekistan right now for this guy, right? Why would you, unless he was posing some type of threat? Fascinated by it.
8:51, Wisconsin's Morning News. One more time before 9 o'clock, Debbie.
All right. Just a reminder, there is a broken down vehicle on 894 eastbound. It's a semi stuck in the right lane, and that's backing things up onto the Rock Freeway from before Highway 100 all the way up into the Hale. So careful. Eastbound 94, we do have backups as you're making your way from 84th Street to 35th. Accident still up on the board on northbound straight through the Zoo interchange with a crash on the left shoulder there. Northbound 4394 slowing down just about just before Oklahoma Avenue up towards Lincoln. Just watch out for that heavy spot. Right now we had an earlier disabled vehicle there, but that's been cleared out of the way. So I don't know if these are residual delays or if there's something new there. Southbound 43 heavy from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 for a list of dates and locations of our next Trivia Showdown. Benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Only here on WTMJ.
Another 5-star review from my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets Milwaukee. Jonathan writes, the builder provided the standard default wire racks. Can you see it? Let me stop you right there. Probably not a great start for Jonathan, just moving his family into a brand new home. Inspired Closets Milwaukee worked with him. Quote, Molly was our designer. She listened to our needs. We couldn't be happier with our new closets and pantry. I feel like we doubled the functional space. Now, because Jonathan worked with Inspired Closets Milwaukee instead of one of these order-on-the-internet brands, he saw what his project would look like in 3D, and he knew how much it would cost before they started. What space will you write about in your 5-star review? Inspired Days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredCloset.Milwaukee.com.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
If you could spend 1 month anywhere, where would you go?
Easy. I'd go to bed.
I mean, anywhere in the world.
Precisely.
You'd spend the entire month in bed?
Specifically, a new Tempur-Pedic from Hasselus Mattress.
Why?
Because I can take 60 months to pay for it. Through Monday, get 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card.
60 months. That means...
You can buy a Queen Tempur-Pedic ProAdapt Hybrid with ease adjustable base for just $74 a month.
And I get a $300 MasterCard gift card.
Free next-day delivery and employee-free showrooms, too.
So I can try and buy...
With no pushy sales guy.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Searching for a travel agent to book a month-long vacation at Hasselus Mattress.
Enjoy 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedics through Monday at Hasselus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at hasselus.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 53 degrees today. Should be rainy by tonight. Rain likely overnight, low down to 48. High 54 on Thursday with some showers early. Friday's high 53. 55 on Saturday under partly to mostly cloudy skies. And Sunday looks pretty good. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of showers. And a high of 58.
Got ourselves a little trivia tonight, right?
Trivia night tonight. Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa. Capco Kids to Kids. We are raising money for them. We are taking your donations of a new unwrapped gift for a young person. So it doesn't all have to be like baby toys and smaller kids. Think of teens and tweens and that age group as well. Greg Pancake Hill, producer of this program, and I will be present. Please attend anyway. That's a joke, see?
Oh,
you were supposed to laugh at that.
Or come next week when I'm doing it, yeah.
So, yeah, this is the first one. It's our kickoff. We work with Capco Kids to Kids every year, providing thousands of toys for children in need. Yeah. Greg Hill, what is our duty tonight? What is our charge?
Be the best that we can be.
You're the producer. What am I supposed to do here tonight?
We'll be hosting. It's going to be great. We're going to be facilitating. Obviously, we'll kick the event off. We have raffles, mid-trivia, by the way.
Okay.
So we'll be giving away prizes and things like that. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
So we'd love to see so many of you out tonight. Again, Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa for Trivia Night. Trivia 7 to 9. We'll get started a little bit before that.
Come on out.
Also, if you'd like to offer a financial contribution to Capco Kids to Kids, you can do that online. We need you to text the word Capco. It's KAPCO to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620.
Now, you can pick which show you want to donate on behalf of. We encourage you to donate on behalf of Wisconsin's Morning News. Maybe kick in a little something nice for you if you do that.
Your favorite show here on WTMJ. Yeah. And then your next favorite show is WTMJ's Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi. That is up next.
You said forget about the airline. Let's take the car and save the...
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jewelry?